an idea. Do any of these orcs have like a key ring, or like can I like look through their belongings and see if any of them have a key for the cell?
Go around one to one and get looking.
So I look at this one.
Roll me a Persepi for each.
I'm just gonna see him looking at something. I'm gonna look at the orc.
Where's the key for the cage?
See, that dice comes
16 for the one in front.
He's got the key.
Oh. Finally rolls alright. Did you just ask him?
Ladies and gentlemen, knights and fair maidens.
Oh my word.
Welcome and thank you for joining us again on yet another one of our D&D sessions. My name's Brad and alongside me is Kieran and Joe, and not forgetting our amazing teller of tales, Elliot James. So the last we left off, the Heralds had landed on the first of two vital stops in Ashtara. They had to visit the site of where the Lich had placed a piece of his soul within the great being that was entombed within a great worn tree in hopes of eventually saving Arison's home. After a failed attempt of deception, they defeated several orcs who were guarding the tree under the pretenses of the Lich's command. The Heralds have found out that these orcs were so scared into leaving... the Heralds found out that these orcs were scared into leaving sacred ground so much that the orcs had become malnourished, frail, and had abandoned their own culture and ways of survival. After the Heralds had made several interesting decisions for the following outcome. Arison had used his bracer, which grants him the power to hear the thoughts of the tree, where Saber had cast a spell in hopes of talking to something beyond the grave. This came into effect when Gorn thrust his blade into the throat of the great being before the spell had worn off, and the Heralds were able to confirm that upon his death, the part of the Lich's soul would die along with him. Taking it upon themselves, a request from Doran Bluefate, a mysterious person that they had met on the ship of the journey to Ashtara, the Heralds cut the head off the entangled creature in hopes of bringing it back to him and gaining his allegiance. With head wrapped, they decided to head back to Harold and their way of transportation to their main objective, although suspicious of finding that the task that they had completed was a bit too easy. One by one they boarded the balloon until prompted either by natural means or by his new pact with a dangerous entity, Saber had yet another flashback which took him back to when he was new in his warforged body and what made him grant himself the name he has now. Finally, reaching their next part of their journey, they reunited with their companion Priya and guide through Ashtara Bartingis. Saddling up on camelback and riding forth towards their next goal, Gorn was suddenly taken by a visit by his patron Egemir. Egemir granted him suspiciously with the gift of never-ending waterskin, which no matter how much you drank or poured out, was always full to the brim. Across the sands, the Heralds had found themselves closer to their goal, not knowing what lies ahead. All they knew at this point, that was snacks definitely tasted better when they were someone else's. I don't know about these nerds, but I'm ready for some DiceBound.
Oh, you know I'm ready for them DiceBound. Right, okay fellas, so we need to roll our D100s and get our characters' questions answered. So first we'll go for Arison. 33?
Yes, please, 33.
How do you carry your weapons? On your back? Your side? Hidden?
Arison's bow would always be kind of round his body. Keeps it close because it links him to his home.
Oh yes, you keep that close to heart.
And then sword would be just sheathed in his belt, I guess, under his cloak.
So as we saw that time when you went to cover the sun, was it, for that trader?
Yes,
revealing your sword. Right,
Panic.
Gorny.
That's 100.
That's 100. How did you learn? How or where did you learn to fight? Was it a specific person, a situation?
I'd say it would be when he kind of started getting into the criminal underworld. Kind of a brutal, like harsh entry into that.
A wake up call where you have the half his life beaten out.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say it would be kind of like out of necessity through that through that, but then also learning a few tricks of the trade
A
from
trial and error
other
process.
people. Yeah,
of
trial and
fighting.
error for sure. Yeah.
And Sabesky.
50 on the dot.
50. 50. How is Sabre with his coin? Is he frivolous? Is he kind of like frugal? Does he keep track of his coin, or does he spend it quite willy-nilly?
No, I think given he'd just hand it over, I don't think currency or anything like that really means much to Sabre. So
fair.
if he needs something, he's just going to get it. Or to be fair, if anyone else needs something, he'd probably just give it to him.
And they've had they've not really had much scarcity of coin so far, especially after winning the pancake eating contest.
Oh, yeah.
He's got how much coin is that?
Can't
Is it
remember.
1,000 gold?
Can't remember. I'm sitting pretty low at the moment.
Yeah.
So
How much has everyone got?
I've got 517. at the moment.
517.
Jesus, I don't think I got that.
Saracen
I don't have that much.
Not much.
Didn't you give it? Did you
I
give it to Sabre?
like to rinse mine. Yeah.
Yeah, he does give his
129?
money.
Didn't you leave it to Sabre or someone like to take care of it or something as well?
Oh, no.
Maybe Chris.
Krez maybe? I can't remember.
No, I bet a lot of money.
You did do that as
Oh, he
well.
did bet a lot. Yeah, he's not very good with his money, he's old Harrison.
Doesn't understand
He's
it.
a heavy tipper as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh
sure.
yeah, he is.
We
Yeah.
deal in acorns in my place.
Amen. Right, okay, fellas. So, as we've had our recap, last we left off, we were on Camelback, riding from our balloon to our destination, which is being navigated by none other than Bartingus. As we were on this ride, someone did mention that they missed Krez, our companion, which is left back in West Home, and there was concerns of his pursuers, which you saw one of them gut on the boat as we were travelling out to Ashtara. We saw a tabaxi boat coming in towards Renvalen, obviously where we'd left Krez, and you saw Guts, which was a very large, brutish tabaxi, which was it Sabre and Arison?
Yeah. I
No,
didn't-
from many
Okay.
moons ago, going into Krez's dream, that this was a hell of a foe, which is hunting down Krez. Do we know the reason why?
Yeah, because he was part of the bloodline to basically take over
Yeah, so
his kinship.
yeah, so
the
Krez
leader
is
of
basically a bastard child of the ruler of a
Tribe.
certain clan,
Oh, shit.
and now that ruler is ill, there's basically a bit of a his kind of rightful son is hunting down all of the bastard children, and Krez is unfortunately one of them. So he's pursuing Krezi, and we saw him going to Renvalen, but as we passed, due to I think possibly a failed
Well, didn't someone point at
dexterity
him or
check or
something?
something like that, or something,
Right, Sabre was pointing them
he
out.
kind of, you could see him kind of smell the air and instantly snap his head over to seeing you.
Yeah.
You know, at which point I believe someone was pointing at him and
It
Harrison was just gormlessly looking at him.
I'm pretty sure it was my perception check that
Is it a failed perception?
saw him.
Oh, that saw him.
Yeah.
yeah. Perception saw him.
And
Then
then-
something
And then
failed.
you were like, Arison,
And then
over
I
there.
pointed back to him as he was looking, and he caught us.
And then you looked, he was already looking at you. So we, from that you had a little crow fly towards Krez to try and warn him basically that this person had spotted you and was heading towards Renvalen, but you obviously don't know where he's going next. So last we left off, we were on a camel, Arison and Priya on one, Gorn and Sabre on another,
Yeah.
and we each had our blankets over
Little
our heads to
makeshift
get a
tent,
little bit
didn't
of
we?
shut-eye and a little bit of respite from the
Oh,
sun.
yeah.
Did a long rest.
Full long rest.
We're doing long rest.
No, that wasn't a long
was it
rest.
not a long
That
rest?
was not a long rest. That was a short rest because it
Gone
was
out?
only a couple hours maximum.
Shit.
With that, Bartingus leading the way, he said that you can get some shut-eye whilst he leads the way on his camel, on his own camel, because no one wanted to be with him. And with that, we all awake from our respite to harsh sand beating against our makeshift tents on our camels. You hear kind of harsh winds. You feel the sand, these grains of sand beating on these blankets so hard that they're actually starting to come through the thread. What are we doing?
Gorm just wake up. It's like all getting in his mouth and his eyes, and he just like quickly and exposes himself from the makeshift kind of cloak tent, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He just can he see anything? Like, is it so thick that it's like a sandstorm?
You would see.
Can I see Bartingus?
You could barely just see Bartingus. You see him on his camel in front, and you see him like desperately trying to hold out his eyes, and he's kind of like looking at his map, and you can see that he's in a little bit of trouble. He's in a spot of bother.
Okay. I just kind of. Well, I was like, because we've been riding them, right? I guess.
Yeah.
So I kind of because was I
Sabre's
behind
on
or
front.
I just tap you. Are you like? Did you come out? Did I see whether you come out sentry?
Everyone would have awoken
Okay.
to this harsh.
I'm just like Sabre. We need to get to Bartingus.
Just quick before I respond to him, how does the like sandstorm affect me and my Warforged body?
You could feel it. Are you cold? This fucking guy, what's wrong with this guy? You can feel it. It doesn't. It's not like getting in your eyes or anything, or getting in your mouth. Well, it is, but it's not really affecting you so much.
Okay.
But you can still feel it hitting you, as if we went outside and it rained on us. It wouldn't hurt us, but we could feel it's raining on us.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Right.
So like you're aware of it, but
Yeah, it doesn't massively hurt you.
doesn't get in your mouth. You're not like
Yeah.
don't need to breathe.
No.
So I'm not kind of like, I'm just like, just normal, but just can't see through it.
Okay, and Arison, what is Arison doing?
I'm going to obviously still stay mostly under the cover of it.
Yeah.
What did you just
Try
say,
and
Paul?
see what's going on.
We need to catch up with Bartingus. He's looking a bit confused, a bit lost.
Hey Bart.
He's like, all under control, all under control. You get, and he's spitting the sand that's got in his mouth as he shouted that. And the camel's starting to like slow down a little bit in front of you.
Do you think it's wise that we stop and let this pass, or battle through it?
He's like, well, there's nothing around for miles. We just need to keep going.
Okay.
I want you boys to roll me a group perception.
Oh god. Oh, we're gonna get a nat 20.
I was expecting a
straight away.
disadvantage due to the sandstorm.
It was a 10.
10.
It was a middle ground.
Natural 20.
Oh.
Is it?
I literally, I used one of his dice earlier, right? Because he was rolling mine. Literally just rolled one of his, got 20.
Where's
I
mine?
They're
was like-
waited. They're waited.
I was like, he's hacking.
Then,
Yeah.
he did roll a 3 straight after.
I did.
I was like, no, you're just kept
Yeah,
this
it
one.
balanced out.
Mine's a non-nat 20.
Oh, no, that's right. Okay. Through the beating sands, you can see this. It's not only the sand which is blinding, it's also the piercing sun which is coming through the sand. It's almost like when you drive through kind of like speckled trees and the sun is just like sporadically like boom, 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 hitting you in the eyes.
Yeah.
So there's that also to contend with. But with that, you see the flicker in the distance of a tent. A flicker of like a crimson fabric tent.
So you,
Similar to the ones you'd seen in the orc camp, but they look more civilized, a bit smaller. This one single tent.
You guys see that over
I
there?
think so. Shall we let
Hey
Bart
Bart.
know?
Hey Bart.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Is there a shelter over there?
And you see him like kind of like trying his eyes, and he's like, "Lead the way. I don't see. Lead the way."
Right. Turn the camel.
He kind of pulls his
What's it
camel
like
back a little
reins
bit.
or like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put on the reins over like this way.
So aim lower, yeah. So Bart kind of turns and follows you. So what do you do? This tent that you're seeing, again, the sands are absolutely beating on this tent. You can hear it hitting the tent as you get closer. But you're still about 50 foot away.
Does this? I'm just gonna lean back to Bart and say, does this storm look like it's gonna be easing up anytime soon?
He's like, came out of nowhere. Who knows?
I'm gonna say to Priya driving the other.
Priya is driving the other camel,
Riding the other camel. take a little wide berth and just take the other side of this. Is it a tent?
Tent, yeah. She's
Take
like-
the other side of this tent and just be prepared.
She says,
Me
yeah,
and
no
Gordon
problem.
will go this way.
She steers her camel the opposite direction to give it a wider berth with Arison on the back of it.
Yeah, so just under my little shelter, just basically staying quite close to Priya, I get out the map. Could I work out, obviously, distance travelled, how close we might be to our destination?
You've just woken up and this sand has thrown you completely, so you would have no idea. You'd have an idea of a radius that would be so wide it's not even worth marking down.
But how close were we?
He's like, we should have been maybe an hour away.
I just turned to the others. Like, if someone's living there or owns that tent, do we want to perhaps announce our arrival?
Barking this interrupts and says, "This is a Karzan tent. There shouldn't be any of these around here.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
Just be prepared.
Depends on who you are.
Shit.
I don't think we should have any trouble, should we?"
Not that we're aware of.
As you can see, now that we get closer, you notice that the tent does have little kind of like embossed symbols which you recognise. You couldn't really point out what they meant, but you would recognise them from the cloaks and the capes which were being worn by the Karzan guard in Everburn. So that's obviously how Bart's identified this.
Yeah,
You want to do the talking?
I can do. Yeah. How far away are we? Like coming up to the front of it now?
Probably about 30 foot away.
Okay, so I just wait until we get like a little bit nearer, and I use thaumaturgy to kind of like, you know, like a bell or like, you know, like a doorbell, like similar kind of thing, like a little ring.
Yeah.
I just make like a
town
little
crier.
like a little ring, like
Right.
ring out
Okay.
like
Ding
towards the
dong,
direction
ding
of the
dong.
tent,
Okay.
just so we're not like, you know, bursting through.
As you do that, you
I call
see-
out as well, like hello.
As you do that, you see at the sound of the bell, you see the tent flap fly open, and as it flies open, the sandstorm kind of takes it, and a Karzan guard, very similar to the ones you saw in Everburn.
Yeah.
You see one step out almost to attention, and the other grab the flapping door
Yeah.
and try to pull it back to stop the sand from coming in.
Yeah.
And you see that the first Karzan guard that came to like stand into attention, he comes out very formally at first. Then when he hears the hello and kind of makes out that they're not other guard,
Yeah.
kind of like stands down and readies his
I
weapon.
kind of just put my hands up.
He looks at Saber,
And we mean no harm.
who's on the front of the camel. What does Saber do?
Put your arms up. Put your arms up.
I disembark the camel
Yeah.
Fuck.
And he starts to pull the blade
and
out,
I just stand next to it, like holding the
holding the reins. Yeah.
holding the reins of the camel.
Okay, so you see he's got his blade ready, and he shouts, "What business do you have here?"
We're looking for safe passage to our destination, and the storm caught us off guard. We're wondering if we could shelter for a while.
He kind of like peers around,
Don't like
and there's
those
Arison and Priya's camel. He peers around to the direction of that, and you see the sun kind of glint in his eye.
Yeah.
He looks back to you. He doesn't notice the others. Bartholomew would be pretty close to you on his camel, and
Yeah.
he stood there with his arms straight up.
Yeah.
And he
Followed by
says, "Have you seen any other guard?"
No guards that we've been able to
And he looks
put
up.
eyes upon.
Looks up at the tent. And roll me a perception.
Giuseppe.
That
So
was
nearly
so on the
17.
cusp.
10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
It bounced like so
Um,
many times.
Story of my life, mate. Never a good roll.
So he kind of like looks around at his tent
Yeah.
and he kind of like gestures you in.
Okay.
Come in. You want to survive out here?
So
Puts his sword. out.
I just take the rein and I kind of like. Is there like I'm assuming there's like tent posts.
There's no posts.
No posts.
No posts.
How's it attached to the ground then?
Oh, sorry, tent post. I thought you meant like a hitching station.
No. Like they're like
So
still.
yeah.
So I just wrap it around the line.
Okay.
basically, just so the camel can't.
Roll
just
me a
walk on.
Persepi.
That's a 12.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wrap it around the post,
Yeah.
and so that's that camel. And as you step off of, as you step towards the doorway,
Yeah.
the guard, you see he kind of see his like crimson cape kind of like flapping in the wind, and he's trying to stand in the way of the door to make sure no one comes in just yet.
Okay.
He says, "Do you have weapons on you?
I do. Yes.
What do you have?
I have a staff and a knife.
Keep them sheathed." And he
Will do.
kind of gestures you in, and then he says the same to Saber, asking about his weapons.
I have just got the dagger that I cut my hand off and got that, so I just say, just a dagger.
He says, "Keep it sheathed. Come in." And he says, as you're walking in, you can hear him questioning the same questions to Bartingus. And as you walk in, you see 3 other guard, completely like sand all in there, all the creases of their armour and all of the folds of their cloaks, and they're kind of sitting there, and they're all kind of looking confused. So they kind of sat there with weapons ready.
There's like 5 guards in total, yeah?
4.
4.
Him and 3 others. Yeah.
Okay, what is Arison doing? Priya's like round the back of the camel. She says, around the back of the tent on your camel. She says, I don't think they spotted us.
What would you suggest to do now then?
Well, they seem to welcome the guys in, but should we wait out here to make sure it doesn't get ugly, or what?
I'll be honest, I'll follow your lead. I seem to make some rash decisions usually, so...
Okay, we've got each roll a constitution save.
Oh no.
It's not good.
Oh
Oh, that's even worse.
That's a 10.
Oh, so you have a +1?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, 10.
Maybe.
Okay, so as that sand, we get another burst of sand hit us, and Priya stays securely seated on the camel. But as that sand hits Arison, he just kind of goes to wipe his face, and as he lets go of the camel, he just topples over with the wind, and he lands back first in the sand.
Okay.
Priya's like, maybe we should get you inside.
Yes. I don't think I'm made for strong winds.
And she reaches down to pick you back up, and pulls you back up onto the camel with no issues, and we start to ride towards the front of the tent. And she says, "Do you want to do the talking?"
I can do, yes.
Okay.
This could go really well.
Sounds so uncertain.
Yeah.
Okay. So we approach the front.
Hello, two more to come in, please.
So you hear that.
I just
And you hear
I
the
just
guards
I
all
just
reach for
turned
their
to the
weapons.
guard and just like, oh, companions of ours. I think they must have caught up. in the
How many
storm.
more?
2 more.
What do they look like? And he does that. He closes the gates and the door to make sure you can't see.
A
what-
small, timid-looking elf and a rather large human female.
And he kind of steps back.
She has a big old tattoo and a hammer.
He peers through the tent, and as he does that, you see a load of sand come rushing in
Yeah.
through the thing, and he closes his eye. Come in. So we kind of you see Priya kind of jump off the camel, and head her way in. Camel's unhitched at the minute though.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of walk past. Are you okay to wait here in the stall?
Who you
To
talking
the
to?
camel.
To the camel, okay. Camel's like, not a problem for me, I'm strong and I don't get thirsty out here. Been staying all day.
I knew it. I'm going to start a
Love the
sand
camel.
timer and
Love
test
the
you.
camel.
Oh, there's already enough sand.
Yes, but then I can know how.
Too much sand here.
Yep. Impressive.
No problem for me.
Okay. Yep. I'll be back.
So you're leaving the camel
Yeah.
unhitched?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Walk off.
Okay, so you enter the tent. As you enter the tent, you see the one standing guard, kind of welcoming you in. Again, large, imposing human man, with a similar look and very similar armour to the guards you saw in in Everburn. And he says, "Any weapons?"
My bow and a sword.
He says, "Keep them sheathed." And then he kind of like nods you towards the 2 guys which are wearing the tent.
I guess we were like just near the other guards, like because we were taught.
Okay, so you're over on the left side of the guards. He nods you over towards the left side. and you look and Priya's already over there with them as she come in before you.
Just walk slowly and just sneak around to the edge.
And you see Bartinga's kind of like trying to make small talk with the guards, but then like not being very receptive. And
Why?
and roll me a group Percepi.
Oh, that's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 25.
Also a 19.
17 total.
Bloody hell. Okay, so
Oh, we're perceptive.
now yes. So you're feeling wind hitting you, which doesn't make as much sense as you'd think with the being completely covered in this tent. And I would say you three notice that, but you see Bart and Priya kind of like not really taking too much notice. And the guard, you hear one of the guards talking to the other, saying, "Which unit's tent is this? There should be no units out here."
Trying to work out what that means.
So what brings you Ashtar and guards out in the middle of the desert?
He said, we're on patrol. We always patrol around these areas to make sure the orcs stay within their boundaries, but we never have any issues. But we haven't experienced a storm like this, a sandstorm like this, in a long, long time.
This is why you set up.
This isn't our tent. We just happened across it.
Whose tent? Oh,
We don't know whose tent this is. There shouldn't be any units out here.
does it belong to the guard though, or is it just a
Yeah,
random?
it's Tarzan, yes. You can see he kind of flashes his cloak, and you can see the symbol on the cloak, and you can see that symbol in various different places on the tent, inside and out, but mostly out.
How long has this storm been raging?
They said, it caught us just, maybe no more than 10 minutes before you guys arrived here.
Let's see.
How long will it go on for?
Oh, one that erupted this quickly, I hope it will disperse just as quick.
Sorry, and then from the explanation you said that from our perception check we could still feel wind even though we shouldn't really be able to.
You can feel wind, you can feel airflow, which there's no open, there's the odd crease here and there in a tent, as naturally it's not completely airtight.
I just
than you think.
I just go to the guards. I'm like, are you feeling anything slightly odd considering we've got this place
They say,
battened down?
It's very odd that one of these tents are in this area. These are usually for much busier routes and patrols. Like we've never seen tents along this road. It's almost like it's been stolen. But why would you steal it and set it up here?
Could I do like an Arcana check to see if I can pick up anything out of the ordinary? Bear with me.
Whilst that's going on, what the boys doing?
Are you sure another one of your units didn't set this up and has done a patrol and he was expected back later?
They said,
Why is it not
he says,
working now?
I'm sure we would know about it, but anything's possible, I suppose. He says, whoever set it up did a very good job out in the desert. This tent looks perfectly formed.
My foundry's not working.
Oh.
Can I just have a look around, just
Sure,
see if
right.
there's anything that kind of stands out as not being like cars and
Roll me a
anything
flat
on
roll.
the floor, anything,
So you,
books, bags, anything that I don't think would be
New intelligence or
belong
So
to them.
you would
Wisdom for all,
notice
isn't it?
that your
No, charisma.
you would notice that
That's working.
the floor is very empty. There's nothing left in here. There's
Okay.
an empty tent inside. There's zero character inside this tent. It's almost like the majority of efforts were put on the outside.
Is the floor like sand or is it? Are they like
No,
like,
there is
it's mat.
it's a similar it's a similar
Right.
material of the outside of the tent on the floor.
Right.
So Gorn.
I got a 7. I can't. Well, Foundry's not one.
So you look out for any sort of magical disturbances, and you notice none.
Nothing.
You don't see anything. It's as you just stood in a tent with a sandstorm outside.
Yeah, my Foundry's not working.
Harrison's just going to sit down by, just on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
keep looking around,
He's
trying
kicking
to
back.
work out.
Okay. The guards do the same. They kind of sit back. One of them kind of sits by the entrance and is just constantly keeping an eye out on the slight kind of like gap in that door whenever it's blowing. So you're seeing the odd bit of sand blowing every now and then. And the floor's getting very sandy. So we're all sat in the tent, and the guards will notice Gorn kind of like doing a little arcana check, and you kind of see him. He's acting in their eyes suspiciously. So you see them pull out their swords. They say,
And I spot that.
"What are you doing with your hands?"
I was just trying to work out the origins of this storm or this tent, perhaps. Nothing to be worried about.
You see him kind of turn back to the guy in the door.
Does anyone
And
else?
roll me a Persepi.
That's a 5.
Roll me a Persepi.
What's the point in him?
Right, no, no.
None.
I like it. It's like,
Right.
fuck him.
Yeah.
You roll your dice.
11.
Oh, they're all shit rolls.
8.
And okay, so Arison would hear this guard talking to the other one, saying, "I don't know about this. We should have never let devils spawn in here."
Does anyone else feel like it's oddly breezy in here for this situation?
And you're seeing that the guards are now on tender hooks.
I'm going to just stand up and just make sure my back's obviously against the tent.
Mm-hmm.
I might
Are
have.
you going to lean against the tent?
Yeah, so I'm like, pushed up against it. So I know there's
Give
nothing
me a
behind me.
Constitution check.
Oh, is it a devil? I'm about to get eaten by a mimic.
Oh, is it a devil?
Oh, no. Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Okay, so as you lean back on this tent and you lean your weight onto it,
It's a mimic. It's...
as he leans, as he leans onto the tent, you kind of like fall back through it, but your foot catches yourself, and you think, "Is there a slit in the tent?" And as you look, there's no slit, but the tent just starts to slowly disperse all around you, and as that's dispersing, all of the guards are pulling out their swords and kind of like aiming them at you, and this tent is just slowly dispersing around you, and that sandstorm's coming in now, and this tent is, before you know it, this tent has completely disappeared. You're back out into the open, and the guards say, "What trickery is this?" And they've all pulled out their swords and they're aiming them at each one of us. And Bartinga's like, "Ah!" What do you do?
I'm just going to put my hands out and just be like,
What does
calm
Saber do?
yourselves.
Saber kind of takes a step back, ready to sort of go as well. But he's not. It's not a judgery movement. He's just ready to pounce.
Ready himself.
Can't
What
I
is
can
that?
assure you, we've nothing to do with this. We're just as
You
confused as
see
you are.
Priya step back, but kind of like half reaching for a hammer. And again, Bartingas is on the floor, just like, "Ah!" And before you have a chance to say anything further, you see all 4 of these guards, these Kazan guards, are aiming their swords all at each one of you. Not Bartingas, he's not much of a threat, but their swords start to kind of like shake in their hands as if they're trembling.
Do you know something we don't?
And then you see that they kind of like, their second hand grabs the sword as well, and their whole body's starting like shaking as if the trembling is coming from the sword.
Yeah.
You're seeing kind of confusions from it, and the swords, all 4 swords, just slip out of their hands and just turn on them,
Oh.
and just whoosh, skew at all 4 of them, and just whoosh, lift them all up in the air, and you just hear, "Ah!" They just disappear into the sandstorm. And I'm going to need a group perception very
I'm
quickly.
going
What
to say
the fuck is going on?
everyone cuddling tight and kind of want to go back to back with everybody.
Okay,
else.
so everyone's in like
6.
diamond formation.
I can't
Yeah.
roll for shit.
That's in that
6.
one.
I got 6.
What was it? Sorry, perception.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! 6 and
Yeah,
5
okay.
and 1.
So that, yeah, he pointed Priya rolling. Okay, so you just see these 4 guards just take off, impaled clean up to the hilt?
Hilt.
Yeah, the hilt of the sword, and that kind of like stops the sword from going all the way through them, and it just lifts them up as if the swords, like a witch's broomstick, carried each of them away from the belly up.
Gorn starts booking it to the camels.
Okay, so you're running to the camels.
Yeah.
Give me.
No, wait, go on.
So as you try to run to the camels, you, with a perception that's trash,
Yeah.
you don't really know what direction they are.
Oh lord. I'm like looking a bit turned about then.
Okay.
Harrison's going to pull his bow and just get an arrow like knocked.
Okay. And
Just
Saber?
literally just constantly looking around trying to work out what's going on.
Saber's just kind of boxing stance, ready to
Boxing stance.
boxing stance.
Gonna box your
ready.
ears off. So you, everyone in kind of like diamond formation.
Yeah.
Kind of like, are we kind of like circling?
Back to back.
So
Army of Two-Star.
with this sandstorm, the sandstorm is still absolutely roaring, and you start to see a figure come towards you. It seems to be quite a small little figure, but before you know it, it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. You just see a dark mass until the sandstorm starts to fade, and at this point the figure must be no more than 30 feet away from you. You recognise it to be a hulking, brutish tabaxi
Oh
with
fuck!
a large
Loose
great
the
sword
arrow.
on his back. You
Fire,
shoot the arrow
fire, yeah.
at him.
Yeah.
Roll me an attack roll, please.
Is that
Yeah, it's gut. That'd be a 12. So that'd
12?
be a miss.
But attack
No,
has a 6.
plus 7, isn't it? 13.
13. Okay, so you shoot the arrow, and as it moves, this creature moves faster than it has any business doing at that size. And as that arrow shoots at him, it just kind of moves sideways, and the arrow flies past him, and he's moving closer to you. He's walking,
Can you hear? Is he in distance to hear us? Is that okay?
possibly in this.
How
storm,
far
you
is it?
don't know. About 30 foot.
Oh no, that's gut, right?
That's good. You remember that to be.
Yeah, so I can do another action.
You could do.
I'm
Well, what were
with-
these guys doing first?
I'm like.
Because at this point, Arison would have made everyone aware.
So Gorn's
It's
Gorn's
the,
technically
it's the
still,
Chris killer.
Gorn's technically still not seen him, or did he see
No.
him on the boat?
No.
He didn't even see him on
Oh,
the
you
boat.
saw he was downstairs.
I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Now's
He's
not
after
the-
Chris.
Now's not the time to ask questions.
Seems to be after us.
And I second level, get a green little ball in my hand of energy, and I shoot at him and cast reduce.
Reduce, okay, nice. And
Yeah,
is there an attack roll on that? As that's going on, Priya is
Constitution
pulling
save,
out.
isn't it?
Priya is pulling out her hammer as well, and you can see Priya's like, oh my
It's got
word,
fat
like,
legs.
what is this creature? Like the size of this, because she's also not seen him as well.
So
So he's
Constitution-
massive then, is he?
Oh yeah, he
He's
is
a beast.
colossal. He's
Like
like
8 foot or bigger.
yeah, he's probably between probably around 7 foot, 7.5 foot, and just pure muscle. And for a tabaxi, that's very rare. They're usually quite long,
Slight.
lean characters.
You gotta make a he's got to make a Constitution saving throw. of 15.
So that's a guaranteed hit on him, yeah.
Yeah, unless you succeed.
You got to save the throw.
Okay, so as that green orb flies directly at Gut, you kind of like, it kind of goes straight into his chest and then out the other end, and it carries on flying into the distance. You kind of see it in the distance as this sand is settling. You kind of see it just fly off into the distance and just bury itself into the sand with a puff of sand.
Is this some kind of illusion?
And you see Gorn, you see Gut kind of like menacingly smile at you, and the sandstorm just drops, and you just see Gut disperse, much like the tent did. He disperses into nothing, and as that happens, you can see clearly now for a fair way, and you see nothing but dunes and desert as you'd expect, but in the distance there is a large rock, and standing on that rock you see a much slighter, smaller tabaxi with grey hair, and You hear him kind of chuckle. He says, "Ha ha! If that was the real gut, you'll have to try harder than that." And before you know it, these swords, which took the Karzans up, kind of come barrowing down from the sky again, and they all kind of point themselves at you, floating in the air between you and this character on the rock. So this guy on the rock, as you can see, he is a smaller, slight, grey-haired tabaxi, looking a lot older than the tabaxi you're used to, and like adorned in blue robes, blue like some sort of spellcaster robe. And he's high up on this rock, and this rock is, I would say, maybe 30 foot high, and you can see just a constant whirlpool of sand around him, just constantly barrowing around him in like a 10-foot radius, all around him, like a mini little sand tornado all around him. And with that, we get ourselves on a new map. Okay, boys, what is the play? So, Priya's kind of stepped forward in front of you guys with with her hammer drawn, and yeah, we are at shouting distance to this individual.
You remember us?
He says, "Never had the pleasure, but Gut really was correct when he said the stench of that bastard lingers over you like a fog."
And what do you want?
Well, we want purity.
And how can we provide you with that?
Well, you will be taking me to the bastard.
And if we refuse?
Well, then we'll have some fun until the story changes.
I'm gonna look at these two, and I'll look at Harrison and just say maybe that was a dream.
Well, we've seen him before.
I felt like that was like super real.
We were both there.
No, that's what I mean, but obviously he doesn't remember us.
Gordon's just looking really confused. He's
So
like,
Priya, like, she's like, how would
I'm just like,
he remember you in a dream? I don't know what's going on.
talking about.
So with that, you can hear kind of heavy galloping behind us, and we see the camels come running forward. Almost like they're trying to escape from the conflict, but they're stupidly running basically right towards it.
Oh fuck.
And you hear the tabaxi shout over again, "Now, are we going to do this the easy way or the fun way?"
I don't know about you boys, but I'm up for the fun way.
Gordon just nods.
I'm all in.
I was hoping you'd say that. And you see these swords kind of like point directly towards you and start flying over towards you. And with that,
as they do that,
we're going to roll a... Mate, I fucking forgot the word again.
initiative.
Initiative check. I forgot it last session. We're fighting, guys. Okay, go on. What did they say? What did
I was going to say, as the swords are coming at him, he's going to... that's two, he's added to his deck now. Are they all coming... Are we still in diamond formation?
No, so we're kind of split out now. You should be
My
able to see your
foundry's
character.
still
Oh,
not.
Oh, right, okay, hang on, sorry.
I agree. My founders.
It's not
okay.
working.
Okay, right.
And we're back in action.
Untimestamp.
Oh yeah.
Okie dokie, so we're going to be rolling initiative.
Yeah.
And you've also got some camels in initiative. Now,
Oh, fuck.
these camels, we've got one, if you scroll over, one is Saber/Gorn's camel.
Oh yeah.
One is Arison's camel. So you have control of the actions and the
Oh,
turn
shit.
of this camel. So Saber or
Legendary.
Gorn can take this,
Okay.
and Arison can take his.
Don't you fucking get these camels killed.
Oh no. Right,
Try not to.
okie dokie.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god.
Can't wait to roll nat 20 on this camel's initiative.
Cool. Right, let's roll initiative, fellas. Oh boy.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? That's a big fat nat 1.
So many fucking dice on the screen.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
fucking
play got
load,
time.
isn't it?
Oh boy.
I don't want to. My camel's done bits there, boys.
I definitely haven't, mate.
Oh, flying sword.
Oh, that's a nat 20 for a flying sword.
Oh no, that's
Oh,
not
the
that
flying
20.
sword,
I
fuck.
thought I got that 20. I got the 13.
I got 1, Joe.
Both me and my camel got the same initiative.
Usually the digital rolls for me are better, but
Yeah.
Not this time. Right, okay.
Yeah, that's
Arison's camel.
my
Oh,
fucking.
and Arison all rolled
Yeah.
the same. Right, okie dokie. Let's begin combat. It's DiceBound. Let's go. Combat turn. Okay, right, so Flying Sword is up first. And he's here. So, you see this sword just fly directly over to the folks. And it goes straight for Priya. And that's coming at her with a longsword attack. So you see this sword kind of like cock itself back and try and slash over at Priya. And that's it. Which hits. And you see this sword slash round at Priya and it cuts through her arm and up a little bit of her stomach. And you just hear her kind of like, ah! As she takes 8 damage.
shit.
And that is that. Flying swords. Go. Arison's camel's next.
Arison and the camel are well connected. So the camel will immediately turn and go and
She's got
try and
50 walk speed.
chomp on
On a metal sword.
On a metal sword.
Okey-dokey. Okay, roll that attack.
Fucking jugs.
Oh, okay, so this camel, what does this look like as this camel goes to try and bite?
So it's kind
I
of
say
legs all
try.
sprawling around as it comes up.
Okay, goes to chomp and the sword just, it goes to kind of like chomp at the handle and the sword just, whoop, and just knocks it on the head a little bit.
Fuck.
Not to cause any damage, just to kind of almost like a slap in the face.
And that's its turn there, I think.
Okey-dokey.
Arison is going to look towards the wizard. And he's going to say, "You look too comfortable up there. I'm going to cast Spike Growth."
Ooh.
Which is 150 foot reach, so I can definitely get there.
Nice.
And I'm going to cast it so it goes everywhere.
Did you put a radius of where that's casting?
Yeah,
I think you asked to put a template on it, I
it takes a while because my fucking everything's loading up.
think. Oh, what, is that brutal for your laptop?
Yeah. I'm going to put it right bang on him, I think. Bosh. Does that put it on?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it goes so it climbs up the rock and it's all kind of digging out the sand.
Yeah.
And what does he need to roll or anything on that?
Nothing. Every time he moves within that area, though, it takes 2d4. Every 5 feet he moves, it takes 2d4.
Every time he moves. Okay, so as you cast that, you just see, how does this look kind of coming from you?
So, kind of, after he says his little sentence, he just reaches to the floor, touches the ground, and kind of this bright green glow just starts to come out of his hands. And then you just see kind of a cracking line, just of green energy just goes towards him, and then all these roots start to burst up.
So they all start seeing the sand kind of rippling. You just see these roots and vines all bursting out of the sand and climbing up the rock like climbing ivy. And as they're kind of climbing up, you're seeing all of these thorns kind of like come out of it, and you just see the tabaxi kind of like see all of this occurring, and he kind of looks over at Arison, and you just see him just kind of put his arms out and just start levitating like 2 foot off the floor, and he says, "Oh, how disappointing."
It's a bit annoying, isn't it?
That's a bit shit, mate.
So what's Harrison doing now? He's completely. You can still see this whirlwind of sand kind of around him,
Just changed what I
and
was
the
gonna do.
floor beneath him covered in this thorny, spiky growth, but him kind of hovering a couple feet above it with his feet just kind of like dangling. Remember to be marking our debts as well, boys.
I'm just going to move behind these guys, and then I will end my turn there, I think, for now.
My camel's
Okay.
down.
Let's go on and save us camel. Who's
Right.
taking this for a
So
little
he's
spin?
going over to this bad boy. And
Okay.
he's just going to attack that sword there.
Going for the chomp.
How do I do that?
The same as normal, just double click him.
Oh, okay, right, fine. I don't usually do it that way. Right, cool.
How do you usually do it?
I just
You've
open.
got hot bars.
Oh wait, yeah, I've got a hot bar. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Okay. So
The camel's got its own fucking...
18 to hit.
18 hits.
Nice.
Do some damage.
Oh, big.
Oh, that's 1d4. No plus.
So
1d4.
So this camel goes to chomp at the sword, and it just kind of like gets its big teeth around the metal blade, and you just see the sword kind of like slip its way out, but you can see the
Little
sword
dent.
has a few little dents in it, and that sword takes little damage. Okay,
Well done.
who goes it next? Flying sword.
Flying sword.
Okay, we got flying sword 2 here, and this thing, what's it? Fly, oh, blimey, it's got some distance. You see it kind of aim its sights up towards Arison's camel, which has been trying to have a chomp at its friend, and it just
Oh,
flies
no.
all the way over and
No.
goes for a hit on
You
the sword. So it's
son
like
of a bitch.
barreling towards the camel's hind quarters, and
This isn't on.
it's looking to kind of
Get a
like
sword to the
spear it.
tuchus.
Yeah, looking to spear him. Oh, I don't know what camels. Yep.
Oh Jesus.
So-
He's killing the camels.
So that sword flies towards it, and it just digs straight into the rear of the camel, and the camel's like, oh, and the camel reacts, and it takes.
They're really
4
strong.
damage.
I'm good at hydration. I know that one going to kill him.
I was going to say that's just 4 damage that's taken about a third of its health bar. quarter of its
Oh
health bar.
no!
And that's
Fuck
that flying
me.
sword. Whereas this one sees all of this going on, and it takes a wide berth, flies around, wide around that camel, and flies up between these two, and goes for a strike on our boy Saber.
Squishy boy.
Going for the squish.
Silly boy,
Oh, it's a swing and a miss as that sword kind of barrels around. It kind of like the wind catches it, and it goes to try and slash at Saber as it flies around, and it just goes completely overhead and misses. And that's Saber's go.
Saber
Some damage.
missing the sword. Saber's going to run 10 feet.
That is going to get a attack of opportunity
Attack on you.
on the sword from the sword
Okay.
for that move. So that's going to be. Here we are.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Oh, and it misses again. And you're good to move.
Yep. And Saber's going to say, let's try this for a second time. And I want to Misty Step through his like wall of sand above him, and I want to land on him so he stops levitating and goes into Harrison's stuff that he had on the floor.
Oh,
Is that
fuck.
still there?
Okay. Give me. Yeah, that will still be there. Give me a. Give me an Arcana roll.
Right, this dice can't fail me for like the 4th time, so. Oh, yes. I think it's +7 now.
Yours would be quite
actually.
high, I'd imagine.
So, yeah, I think that's 18 total.
18. Okay, so you Misty Step above him, and so you Misty Step above him. So you're now kind of like on top of him, and his whirlwind of sand. As you try to drop onto him, you kind of like just drop onto his whirlwind of sand, and you're kind of like levitating, almost like you're on like like in a game when you're on like a hot spring geyser, you're just kind of like levitating. That's kind of what you're doing above. This sand is like domed all around him and above him, and it's kind of like keeping you elevated above him.
So I can't go.
So you can't.
You through it.
You've gone. No, you're
On
above
top
it.
of him.
You're not through it. You're above it. You can't get through that. It's too close to him. This whirlwind.
Right.
But you've gone to land above it, like miss a step above him and fall onto him. And as you've gone to fall, you're just kind of in no man's land, being elevated by this sandstorm above him. And he kind of like looks up at you and kind of like looks back to the action, looking like you're no threat at the moment.
I can only cast a cantrip now. Then I can't. That's a bonus action.
Is he on the?
He's on a rock.
Is he on the list?
Who's not on this list?
He's controlling the swords.
Right. Okay.
Okay, cool. I made some differences so that you guys hopefully don't see those red bars constantly now.
Oh, okay.
So tell me if you do.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
Alright then, I'm just gonna.
Oh, because you still got an action, haven't you?
Yeah, but I can't
What are
cast
you
the
doing?
spell. It's only a cantrip to do
You're
that.
levitating above him.
So
You try and like break through it.
I'm going to. Yeah, but I can't.
Huh?
How far above this sand am I? How far? What's the distance between him and the sand? Like this?
Oh, the sand's like around him, like one of those. It's like almost like a capsule around him.
So I'm like here.
So like the first
Yeah, you're like a
layer
little
is
bit
like
above him.
right beside him, and then the second layer is like a 10-foot radius around him.
So I'm just kind of floating like directly
So
above
you're like
him.
10 foot above him, like
10 feet.
yeah.
Okay.
Do some damage to your shield, mate.
Alright then, I am just going to say this is the second time I didn't think this was going to work, and I'm just going to hover above him.
He's just like skydiving above him.
That'll do.
Okay, flying sword. He is coming at Sabre and Gorn's camel.
No.
And he's going for that smackaroonie.
My boy.
My Shayla. Right, what do you get?
Oh, son of a bitch.
That's a smack.
That's a smack. That's the exact same as the other one.
It
right?
was,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's knocked into the other dice, that's pretty cool. So it swings and just slashes across the hump of the camel. It takes another fall down, you just see the camel like, ooh!
Oh no.
And now it's Priya's go. And Priya is going to turn to
Barbarian.
this flying sword here, and she is pulling out the hammer. She's pulling out the piece.
Good. Good. Oh, little
Well, she can hot pocket.
Oh,
You on?
come on.
So what did she get at 18? That's a hit. And let's see the damage. Bosha. So she
That's
brings
one
this hammer
dead
and
grub.
she just bang hits the sword right on the metal, as if like she's back forging, and she leaves a huge dent in that sword.
Oh!
A load of silver blood comes out of that sword for some reason. Load of oil. And
Melted
then
it back down.
And then she goes for a second attack
Oh,
on the same boy.
Oh,
And on that one, so as she hits that and it kind of like dents it, the sword kind of like flinches back. She goes to hit it again and it just misses. And that is her go, and it's Gorny now.
Just because he's intrigued to see what kind of response will occur. Let me just. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gonna shoot 2 shots of his Eldritch Blast at this kid up on the rock.
What?
This kid.
This kid.
Kid.
It's a baby goat on the rock if you didn't see it.
Yeah. This kid.
Right, light it up.
14 to hit.
14 to hit. What are you aiming at?
Aiming at him.
At the tabaxi. That's not a hit.
It's not a hit.
He's got the wind armour.
I'm gonna try another. Well, I've already said
So
that. I'm
as
shooting
you
two.
shoot that, it just and it completely misses. It kind of gets stuck it kind of goes off centre of the sand and just skips past the sand.
26 to hit. on the second
26.
one.
Okay, so that second shot, that crackling energy.
Purple bolt.
Blast straight through, so seeing from like the perspective of Gorn, he's got his staff, it blasts that energy towards it and it hits that first layer of sand and opens up a hole, but then before you know it, that hole just closes with the rest of the sand.
For fuck's sake. Fine. That was a waste, wasn't it? Well, that's that then, I guess.
Cool. Okay, we're back to Flying Sword and
Gordon
We've got to
just-
deal with the sword.
Yeah, Gordon just goes, oh, there is no use, go for the swords.
and this one shimmies next to Priya and goes for a smack on our boy Harrison.
Oh
Oh,
no,
that's just rude.
that is, isn't it?
So
Like I'm alert and agile and ready to dodge.
Maybe not against that though.
Ah, the sand.
Have you all got any reactions like dodge or anything?
No.
So,
The
prep
classes
and
that we're
action.
as.
Bosha. So this sort of kind of like dummies around Priya, and as it's kind of like pivoting around, it swings around and hits Harrison. But as it hits you, you kind of see it digs into your flesh, and then it kind of like almost like it carves a certain shape onto you before
No,
it
it's not
pulls
good.
out.
I'm being fucking marked.
And that
That's
is
not good, fella.
5 damage for Harry, and that's that one's go. Now it's Harrison's camel.
Camel still gonna go for this little bodge job over here, just in front of Priya. In fact, no, he's gonna turn around. Will he know if that sword? Because obviously
You
from
just
my
hit him in the arse, so yeah. you
yeah,
know.
sweet. So
So
that
you-
kind
you're-
of angry
Spin
reaction.
him round. Bonk.
Natural bite. Bosh.
Roll that bite.
Got all the fucking chats open and shit, don't you? Sorry, guys. What? No, that's not chat.
Come here, roll
What
it
we
for
doing?
you.
Nah, all good, all good. I'm there. I'm
He's had a
there.
mare. He's had a mare.
Close the chats down to make sure we can see loads.
That is not a hit.
Fuck off.
So the camel goes to
This has
bite
been
again,
a bad combat
and just
encounter so
misses it.
far. It's been awful.
Okay.
Who's next? Harrison's next.
Yeah, that is an end turn for said camel.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison getting a little smackaroo, he's gonna be like, fuck this. And then kind of just start to glow, and then the fur and fluff will start to go out of his skin. He's gonna change into a dire wolf.
Oh, nice. Okay. So tell me what he's doing whilst I change.
He's gonna go. I can't remember what dire wolves can do.
I'm changing you into him now.
But I'm pretty sure he gets advantage on attack rolls because
If
of
there's
pack
others around,
tactics.
there you go. So Harrison, how does this transformation look?
So kind of as he gets the slash and gets the mark, he kind of tries rubbing it off and then just basically throws his arms out. And then as he goes down, he just changes straight into that
Changes
dark
into a
wolf.
giant wolf, like a werewolf transformation. Okay. What's he do?
So he's going to bite that sword straight in front of him.
The one right next to him, the other one that just
Yeah.
attacked him.
I'm going to start rolling not on this, just
Yeah,
so
do it if you can. If you've got the stats, roll it. Make sure you give me a shout.
that's a nat 20.
Nat 20.
That's what we
Um,
needed.
Roll that damage.
What is it by?
If you can roll the damage, it'll be more useful for me to just.
It's
apply.
just because the chat takes so long.
Okay, no, that is.
What, is that bad?
Yeah,
Oh my
it's because
God.
it's running the OBS.
Yeah. Oh.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, wait, it's 9, 18, 21 damage.
21. So that.
Wish that was on the
So
geezer.
you bite into the handle of the sword, and as those powerful jaws clench down, that the handle just snaps and falls, and this sword is no more. It just clatters to the floor. This sword is no longer in effect.
And then he's going to position himself so he's looking to pin that sword in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then end turn there.
Nice one. Okay.
Do you wanna
Saber
do-
slash Gorn's
Can I
camel.
do the camel this time or?
Oh, I don't mind.
Turns on the camel.
Camel is.
There we go.
Spinneroonie.
And he's just gonna go for a bite. How do I do that on the?
Oh.
Is that down there? Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has,
on the
yeah.
chat bar.
Right about. My bad.
Oof.
Oh, that's a hit. Roll that damage.
And then this camel is.
Oh,
he's
top
maxed
damage.
And
So,
all Harrison can hear while this camel is attacking this sword is, I am strong!
he proved it. So the camel clenches onto the sword and chomps down, and the sword just slightly bends, very, very slightly, where the camel's jaws have crunched down onto it, and it then steps back, and yeah, is that the go?
I believe so, yeah.
Cool. Okay, on that flying sword. Okay, this flying sword is kind of pivoting around this camel, so not to get
I
off
can't
the
even
attack.
see what's going on.
And it is aiming setting its sights on Priya.
Brutal.
And
Priya didn't
with
range
that-
either, did she?
Not yet, maybe, not yet.
Priya's what?
I was just curious. I said I don't think Priya's raged either.
No, not yet.
Good dice.
Might blow us all up.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, so it rolls the attack.
Oh,
And
big hit.
lands. So Priya's taken this sword, kind of pivots round the camel, and it just goes for an upward slash against her, and it kind of slashes all up the side of her. And as that kind of digs into her, much like it did with Arison, you see it kind of like on its like way out. It kind of just does like a little like half circle carve as it comes out, and you hear Priya like ah!
Don't like that. Do not like that.
That's that sword. Who's on it? What's the next sword? Oh, it's this one here. So this one here is gonna turn facing the massive dire wolf, which has just made itself present right next to him, and that's going for a naughty attack. What is a dire wolf's AC?
Direwolf's AC is
14. So that is not a hit,
Oh.
and it goes for a goes to spin round, and it goes for a slash on you, and the
Drop down.
just drops down and it misses it, and that is that boy's go. And it's now Saber's go, who is currently levitating above Mr. Baxi. What's the move?
Saber is gonna try and. what am I, like 10 foot floating?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not floating, it's like you're being levitated. It's like one of those skydiving air machines, you know?
Okay.
So you're not just like in control of him levitating you,
Yeah.
it's just a byproduct of this whirlwind
Of
that's
the
just above him.
So Saber's gonna kind of in midair, like put his hand between his legs, point down at the Tabaxi wizard,
Yeah.
and he's gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Yeah.
And as he says that, he says maximum pulse.
Sorry, why did you say that?
Is this out the stump again?
He's a
Brad?
multiverse.
Oh dear God.
Okay, yeah, roll it.
How do I change? Do I press shift and that to change the
Direction.
direction? Yeah. How do I do that?
Could select your person and then just.
You're already looking
No,
at
I'm
it.
talking about this.
What?
I'm talking about the.
Don't
Oh,
worry
the
about
template.
Don't worry about the template.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about that.
You're right next to him. There'll be no.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get anyone else.
Do I put that there?
Yeah, you just put it down. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
So you're forcing this downwards at him.
So that's the damage, and you got to do a DC Constitution 15 to take half and not be pushed.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big hit. 12. Like 2d8.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm running out of fucking spell slots. I got one level 2 left.
Fish and boss.
Oh, does he still take half
Got
damage?
rolls.
Takes half,
So
yeah.
this
Well,
damage,
well.
what you've just shot at him, how does this look on your end?
So it's kind of just the kind of like green lightning, and it's just kind of in the sort of cube, or like in the width of like how big the smell is, and it's just travel towards him with like kind of electric lightning round and round it.
Yeah, okay, so you've shot that at him, and it bursts through the first layer of sand, and it bursts through the second layer, and you kind of see him, and as you he's clear in front of you now, just for a second, and as he kind of looks up, concentration drops, and he falls out of the air and just lands on the spikes, and just you can see for a second you just see those spikes dig into his feet. How much damage does he take on those spikes, Joe?
2d4 every time.
2d4. So this was
So every 5 foot.
Was that every? What, when he is that only when he moves, or does he take that each?
He's just landed on it,
Round.
so that will count.
Does he take that each round if he's regardless if he's just standing in it? Or?
Don't know.
It's every
Like
time
you
you move.
move.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so you see him land and kind of flinch, and with that, you kind of see him look up at you, and you just see before you kind of saw a look of confidence on his face the whole time, now you kind of see a little look of anger as that sand slowly closes back up on 2 layers worth, and you're now still kind of floating above him. As that's closing, you kind of see him, as he's angrily looking at you, you kind of see him doing some motions with his hands, and you just start to see light white and blue kind of elemental looking magic starting to come from his hand before that sand closes up.
Okay, can I move while I'm hovering, or can I?
You try and aim your body, you're quite high, that's a 30 foot rock, you're 40 foot up in the air.
Oh, because we're on the rock as well. Shit. Okie dokie. Seeing that, Saber sees him drop. The things Arison's things dig into his feet. He's like, ha ha! And then realising he's casting his spell, he's like, oh boy. And he just ends his turn.
Cool, okay, he's still hovering. Right, who goes next? Flying Sword. Who knew? And this is right in front of
It says on the combat.
right in front of the Gorn and Saber's boy, his camel.
I think our camel's about to bite the dust.
And he's coming straight at him again. This camel's sitting there going, when are they coming to save me?
I'm on my way, I'm at the bottom of the fucking order. Oh!
Oh boy! So that's I think this camel just recently was very strong, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
it bit their sword, and this sword's kind of adjusts itself, so now its new bent angle is facing the camel, and it just whoosh, digs itself straight into the shoulder of the camel and straight back out. Oh shit.
Oh, that's on the wrong one.
Oh, we'll take
And
it.
it somehow hurts itself.
It's because the camel's so strong.
Built.
Absolute brick.
But, there we go. Right, we need to add that back to the sword. Boink. There we go. Right, okay, and that camel takes a big old hit. And next is Priya. Priya's she's kind of holding where she's just been stabbed, and she's kind of announced to the group I don't think it's wise for me to use my rage. And she just picks the hammer back up again, and she swings it hard at this sword which came round and hit her most recently. And that's going to be...
Come on.
Oh.
a guffed pants, but she gets 2.
Question: Would Priya's wild magic add to a debt, or?
I
No,
think
it's already wild.
I was gonna
Okay,
say,
right.
Yeah.
Come Spartingas and all of this.
He's out
way
there.
back behind you
Okay.
where the tent
He's
was.
pissing his
kinda
pants in the corner
still
somewhere.
yeah, warrior.
Buried himself in the sand.
Cool.
Yeah.
So she swings that first sword. She swings that hammer at it first and misses, but then on the kind of the uptake, she hits it, and it kind of knocks that sword a little bit wonky, and it kind of flies over that way and takes some big damage. And that is her go done. Gorny.
Right, so he's gonna 1, 2, 3, He's gonna do that.
Harrison's
He's gonna-
camel up next.
He's gonna dart 2 Eldritch Blasts, one at the sword on the right,
Mm-hmm.
one at the sword on the left.
Nice, light them up. There's
So that's the one on the right.
There's a hit.
Yeah.
Damage.
Damage.
Oh,
And
man.
that's it.
17
What
to
the hell?
smash that.
That's
Got
a
nine.
dead
Oh,
sword.
sorry, that's the damage.
That's a
And
dead
that's down to
sword.
this one here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so this bolt of electric lightning just erupts towards the sword, and as it hits it, you see this like damage. This sword kind of like, like vibrating with
Yeah.
this powerful, like this purple powerful magic, and it just all of a sudden, and it just
Shatters.
it just erupts and almost knocks the camera.
That's a powerful Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, it's translated to the real world.
Oh yes.
And then he's going to dash it at the other one. Oh, hang on.
Big
Sorry.
it doesn't fuck around.
This one here.
Yeah, the one on the left.
Yep. Roll it, baby.
Come on. Another good one.
Zoinks!
Zoinks.
And that one does not hit. That
Oh,
whistles
sorry.
past him. Whistles
Jinxed
past
me,
that
Jojo.
sword.
Yeah,
You jinxed
dude.
me.
But you've at least saved your
Yeah,
camel
I've saved
for
my
now.
camel. And I just turned to the camel. I'm like, get out of here!
It's like
Just looks at me like.
that.
I don't
Okay,
speak shit
what's
wrong.
next? Harrison's camel.
Absence
I love how he's top of the order.
Walk over.
Oh
Have a
dear.
nice little chomp on this fella here, straight ahead of me.
Chompers.
That's all sunny now.
So you remember to. You're wrong on here. He misses.
This camera's dog shit.
Oh,
Well, it's not exactly an attack.
Yeah.
Still got a bit of like grass and whatever the
I've
fuck
got
they
some
eat.
straw in it now.
I was gonna say grass in the desert, Joe.
Yeah, it finds it.
Okay, is he doing anything? Oh,
Desert
no,
grass.
no,
No, he's dead.
He's got a lucky.
He's
He
not.
just
still
deserves
got-
to die.
No, that's a bit hard.
He's got a dust ball in there. This is the druid talking.
I know.
Okay.
Harrison really has changed.
He's lost it.
Yeah.
Harrison's a wonderful direwolf.
Now he's hyping himself up.
Just that kind of guy, isn't he? Thank God you had the advantage.
18,
Could've been a
Oh, was there another? All I saw was the 4.
That was an
all.
18 and a 4.
Was it pack tactics advantage?
Yeah. Do we get that as well? if
12.
we need Was it just you?
Yeah, well, that
12
will be
damage.
okay. 12 damage on this sword between you and Priya.
Yes, please, sir.
Nice. So that is. How does that look? Because that kills this sword.
So it basically goes into the kind of wild frenzy, grabs it at that hilt section, just starts swinging it in his mouth,
Like a-
smashes it on the floor,
like a
and then
dog,
it
like a dog with a
escapes.
toy.
Yeah,
Cool. Okay. And
throws it on the floor, turns straight to the next target. Does he? He does. And he's going to move forward and put pressure on this wonderful sword and end his turn there.
okay, we got Saber and Gorm's camel. What are they doing?
Well, considering its response to what I did, and what I said, I'm not really sure because I was going to get him to like disengage, but
I mean, the thing's dead now in front of him, so it won't actually get hurt.
yeah, I think he's just kind of like nonchalantly now just walk off. He's he's seen it. He knows he hasn't killed it. He's just like, I'm strong.
So, so he just wanders off
Yeah,
into the distance.
yeah.
Oh, he's
And
gone.
You just see him plodding off
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the dunes. Okay.
There we go. So then he's done.
Yeah, he's done. He's done.
And goes kind of stay close.
Oh, you just hear it in the distance.
Get out of here, but not too far.
yeah, literally
Okay.
that.
Flying sword remaining. And this goes for a big long sword attack. You see it cooking up. You don't really know if it's going for the direwolf next to it or the camel until the last moment when you see that it locks itself onto poor Harrison's camel again. Oh, and misses. And it just sinks itself into the sand.
You can't arcane recovering mid-combat, can you? It's
No,
gotta be
it's
combat.
got out of
Yeah,
combat.
it's got to be out.
Unfortunately.
Is that sword gone?
As much as I'd love to tell you
That'd
otherwise.
be so good right now.
Sabers go.
Saves go. Kill. How much of this energy has he sourced up by now?
Oh.
The wizard. He said he was.
You're seeing, you can't really see. Roll me a perception actually. Roll me a perception. Let's see how much you can see through 2 layers of thingy.
I'm going to say that's an 8.
That's an 8. You can't tell what he's doing.
Plus, well, it's a 9 total, but that also could.
Yeah, you can't tell what he's doing. No, we're
That
going with,
cock, because
we're
that
going
is
with
right
8.
up.
We've gone with 8. You can't
I
see.
was going to say, I think where you've just kind of gone with it, that's
We've got.
it's got to be done.
It
right.
could easily
an
be a
8.
16,
Actually,
man.
it's a 16.
No, but look at that. Like the
It's cocked as
It is-
shit.
it is-
We went with 8. We
Well,
can't
you see-
re-roll.
yeah.
You can't see what he's doing through the sand.
You
It
should
was
have
like,
shouted it's
It
cock!
would have been a higher roll anyway.
That got worse.
Yeah, they got to a 4.
Not punish him.
It was just a...
Well, whatever it was, it wouldn't have been anything.
But I
yeah,
see him
so-
sourcing it up as the
Oh
sound.
yeah,
was
you
like
know,
talking.
you know that he's sourcing some sort of
Oh, he's got sauce.
energy gun.
A
Oh, he
last,
sourced up.
last level 2 spell. I'm gonna be like, oh boy, and then just Misty Step again, disappear.
Where you going?
I would like to.
Misty stepping again.
Yeah. That's my last level 2 spell.
Dashing
so
around.
I was going to say, yeah.
Whereabouts?
I
Mark.
was going to say, don't go near me.
I'd like to.
He's doing a big old spell.
How big's the rock? Sorry, that he's standing
30
on.
foot high.
That's 30 feet high, yeah. Okie dokie. I would like to Misty Step so I'm at the base of it, but like against it, so like
On what side? Right, right, left, up, down.
I'm gonna go the
Yeah.
left hand side, so like here.
You're,
Why
gonna,
can't I move?
you're not going to be in the thorns, no?
No.
So you're going to be down here.
Can I just ask a
I
question?
can't move you.
So like whenever we've damaged it,
But you're in
or
the rock.
whenever we've damaged it or his shields have gone down, they've been like replaced on that exact same moment, haven't they?
Yeah, almost
It's not
instantly.
not even like waiting for his turn or anything like that.
For example, if you were to if you were to
Okay.
if you were to have 3 Eldritch Blasts and you hit the first, you hit the second, and then you got 3.
Unfortunately, I can't do that.
No. But
Unfortunately, I'm fucked, mate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's just from the rolls.
Okay.
I like to say that Saber's up to 20 now and he's dead.
20, yeah.
Oh my good lord.
What?
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Racking it up on this one.
I'm going to. I need to select that. Select
Oh, I
that.
thought something might work.
You got to play.
I might have one. I might have one.
So that's my bonus action, and with my
I'm not sure.
action, can it? Obviously, I'm at the base of the rock against it. I can't see him. He can't see me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
From where he currently is, he could peer over,
Oh, I don't know.
but from where he currently is, you can't see each other.
Okie dokie. And then I'm just gonna shout, "Can I get some help over here?" And then that's me done.
Everyone free a camel and a dire wolf to take out one half-health sword. Gordon, for some reason, just halfway in the middle.
Where's
Actually,
me
that was for good
com-
reason to get those 2 swords. Right, it's that's your go. And Priyanka's go. Okay, Priya is far enough away from that she is running over. She hears Saber's call for help and she runs past the camel and runs on down to you. And she shouts over, "What can we do against this guy?" You see her with a hammer, kind of like trying to figure out what to do.
I'm gonna say, maybe it's time to get mad.
I'll give it a go. And you just see her kind of like clenching her fists, and you see all of her muscles bulging. You see like her veins popping out, and you see that the tattoo start to shine like it always does. And let's have a little look at what her rage is going to be.
Oh, here we go, fellas.
Oh gosh. So
I like that
as
reaction.
all of that is, well, I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are.
I don't. I'm scared.
So
This
all
is
of
only
her-
going. Oh god.
all of her muscles are bulging.
She's gonna black out again.
Combusts.
Okay, so and
Like a
you
nuke.
see
Turns into Thor.
Yeah, that would be fun.
you see
For
her.
Asgard.
You see just a pulse of green energy come from the tattoo all around her, and you see the cut from the sword start to kind of mend itself back together as she
Oh, shit.
takes some healing. She heals a little bit,
Oh, damn.
Oh,
and
nice.
that's her rage. Could have been a lot worse.
Anyway, you could use the water skill.
Let's do a Gorn's go.
Maybe, mate.
That's all I'm saying.
Throw it like a water balloon.
Yeah. Maybe.
Drown the fuck up.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering.
You could never endingly waterboard him.
That's what I'm debating.
We better debate quicker, mate, because the timers are going.
Yeah, so I'll take a few.
At least we know what our next comment is going to be.
Take a few steps over,
Oh, that's close.
and I just grab the water skin out of my pack.
Mm-hmm.
I just lob it at, like uncork it
Mm-hmm.
and just toss it at
Okay.
him.
So you toss that at him. So roll me a d20.
That was the bit I was dreading, to be honest. Mate.
The core
Tidal
mechanic of the
wave.
game, that's what I was dreading.
Yeah, it's got to that point now.
Ooh, that's
16.
16,
A flat
okay.
roll,
So
16.
that you see that water skin go into the sand, and it just boom, and it kind of like gets stuck in the sand, and as it's kind of spinning around in this sand, this water's spurting everywhere, and you see the sand open up, but it opens up perfectly circular, and you just see him in this tunnel from the two
Created a hole
the
for
force
it.
fields, and it's still spinning round, and you're seeing all this water coming out, and you see this water skin kind of flow towards you a little bit more, and as it's spinning, there's more of this water just coming out, and you've got gallons and gallons coming out by this time, and you also see his ball of energy, which he has been building up all this time. You can see that this ball of energy, where it was blue and white light before, you're starting to notice that that was light reflecting off of water in his hands, and he blasts this energy, and it very slowly goes towards the water skin, which is now pooling in the air, and you see a water elemental form from all of this water, and
You just
fall
fed it.
down into the sand,
Might
and it lands right in front of Gorn,
Oh,
and the water skin is still just kind of like flying around in the air with water just pissing out everywhere. And this water elemental lands right in front of Gorn, and you just see this water just constantly falling onto the elemental, and it's just growing. And we now have a water elemental in the.
Is the sand doing
initiation.
anything to his barrier though?
So the sand.
Sorry, is the water doing anything to his sand barrier?
So you see, once he sends that water out, you see the first sand barrier close up, and the second one close up, but it's still a little bit. It's less powerful than it was before
Okay.
because of the spurting water.
Okay.
But you now have a water elemental in front of you, and we're going to be adding it to initiative.
Okay. Shit.
Shit.
Here we are. Okay, so this massive hulking ball of looks like living water. You can kind of almost see half a humanoid shape. It's just a big barrel. It's more turtle shaped than anything. If a turtle was stood up on two legs.
But
But
that's
it's
the
just-
size.
No. That's like the shape. It looks like it's got. It's
How
like a
big is this
barrel.
thing?
Oh, this thing's gonna be. So the size is considered.
Question: Is me throwing
Large. Large.
that flask or water skin? Is that an action or a bonus action?
I'd say that's a bonus action.
Okay.
But water skin is still above it, feeding it water. You see, as this water elemental kind of hits the sand, you see its footing, kind of as it hits the sand, it kind of like sprawls out into the sand, and you see the sand suck up some of the moisture, and it appears to do a little bit of damage to it. Only a little. But you can see that sand, that dryness is sucking the life force of this water elemental, but at the same time it's also getting the very opposite from the water skin above it, which is consistently dripping water onto it. Right, it's gone go still. What do you do?
Oh fucking hell. He's just gonna. pretend-
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of when he said it. Oh,
Can I hold an Eldritch Blast for when I see one of the others potentially attacking Either the.
No, we don't do those holes.
We don't do
around
holes?
these parts, no.
Oh, okay.
No wrong these parts.
I'm just going to try and Eldritch Blast the guy in front of me then, I guess.
The guy in front of you.
Yeah, the elemental.
the Tabaxi was a kid earlier.
Yeah.
The elemental's a guy.
The bloke, the
I'm
geezer.
getting confused over here. What's a camel going to be, Brad? A horse?
Sorry.
Mistake I made earlier.
Oh, that's
What?
an 11 to hit that.
11 to hit. Does not hit.
It's going well.
Silly goose.
It's going well.
So Gordon in that go basically summoned a water elemental against us. What's the play, Harrison's camel? Save the
Well, I'm not gonna lie, he's gonna come in clutch here, and he's gonna do something a little bit different here, an Eldritch Blast.
Oh wow.
No, he's gonna bite
Shout out his mouth.
and probably miss.
Do it.
There we go.
I'd say that's a miss.
I think that is a miss.
So I think the less of that, the better. What's Harrison in direwolf form doing?
Luckily, he's still got his best friend, the camel, next door,
Yes,
so he still gets advantage on the
How close do you
attack.
need to be for this?
Within 5 foot.
Oh, you have to be that close.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
tactics. Okay, right, yeah, roll it.
I'm pretty sure it's really close. Because otherwise it would be a bit mad. Oof.
Secure another roll there.
But that is 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Mm.
So whatever
Oh,
you
dear.
go for.
We're really
It's a
guffing it
miss.
today, aren't we?
I mean,
that
we
really
poorly
go.
rolled for the camel. We couldn't ask for better.
Oh right, yeah.
top damage.
21
Oh, it was,
and then
yeah.
max damage.
I don't think he's got anything else this wolf can do, so just gonna end there. Make
You've not
sure
got a bonus
that.
action.
Nah, not a wolf. Yeah, he's gonna end it there then.
Okey. Right, that is the water elementals go. So you kind of see this water elemental as it's kind of like
Yeah,
just
it's
taken
spanked.
shape and form. It's kind of like looking around like it's just been born into this world. And as it looks around, it sees Gorn as he shoots a eldritch blast past him and misses. It just kind of like you see it kind of its arms kind of like go inside itself and come back out above its head as if it's like bunching its hands
That's
together,
cool.
and it's coming down
That's
for
not
a
good, fellas.
big slam
That's not good.
on our lad.
Let's get clapped.
I'm going to get clattered, mate.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm scared. I can't lie to you, mate.
I think Gordon's about to drown.
Zoinks.
Oh, that's definitely a hit.
I'm not sure I'm excited to see what this sort of
Oh.
damage. Oh
Okie
god.
dokie. So big, these big like clubbed watery hands come down, and you just hear like a wave crashes down on Gorn, who takes big 13 damage. That takes away all of your
Yeah, that's on my barrier.
your protective armor. Your what is that armor called? That is the
What is it called?
great. What is it called? I can't remember. Anyway, your warlock armor, your purple kind of
Armor
like
of
protective
shadows.
barrier, just cracks, and that
Mhm.
you take some regular damage there as well. And with that, it is going to fall past you and go over to Priya. Now you get an opportunity attack there.
Yeah.
If you would like to take that.
Oh, I will. Definitely.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Take my breath next time.
Yeah.
And he's going for a second attack of slam.
Oh, the bad
on
luck is
Priya.
unreal. That's unreal.
That's a hit.
It's a +7, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not good, mate.
And again, same occurs and smashes a big crash of water down on Priya. It kind of like knocks her to her knees, and then she stands back up. And that is that creature's go. Oh, we still got a flying sword in the mix. Oh, let's go. So that flying sword, a vendetta against this camel, quite clearly, after it's given him a good chomp. So that's going for a big smack.
Oh yeah.
And once again, he's missing somehow on this camel.
This
so
camel
it
is agile.
yeah, so it just sinks itself into the sand. As this camel's kind of like the camel's kind of half lost interest. It's just kind of looking around. As he looks around, the sword just whistles past his ear, and that is that sword. And this is Saber's go now.
Saber watched Gorn throw the water skin and has watched everything develop since then. So he's going to step away from the rock so he can, with this new feature, turn and look up and see the wizardy tabaxi on the top. And he's going to cast Mage Hand and he's going to collect the water skin and bring it back to him.
Nice one. Okay, good job. Yep, that is. There's going to be no need for rolls on that. You've now got the water skin.
And then I cap it, attach it to my belt, and then kind of like army style, just go back to the water. So it's like step away, catch it, and then like back against the rock.
I'll see you back against the rock. Yeah, okay.
And unfortunately, boys, I'm sorry, but that's all I'm
Well,
going to do
actually,
this
yeah.
round. I can cast a spell, but I'm kind of like not knowing really what to.
You've got some cantrips to do a bit of damage, no?
Mage Hand is a cantrip,
Oh fuck! Right, okay.
and that's an action as
Oh,
well. So I've
fine.
only got
Fair
a bonus
enough.
action.
Okay.
Right, scrolls.
Let's have a look.
We want to save them for.
You're going to be dead in a minute if you carry on.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It is fun. With this rolls, I'm all for it.
These
Yeah,
rolls, I'm
I am at
welcoming
this
it.
point. I'm embracing it.
Saber.
Oh.
What's the play?
Can I use a scroll? Is that a bonus action? Can I do that?
No, that'd be action. You used your action, did you?
Would that be done a cantrip? So it's not a spell.
But Mage Hand's an action, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an action.
Oh.
Oh, then,
We're
yeah.
not Baldur's Gate in style in this, no.
No.
No. All right.
Wait, Baldur's Gate, a scroll is a bonus, is it?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can do a cantrip and then use a.
No, we won't be doing that though. That's
Okay.
that'd be too
Well, I might have a play on my next turn.
I don't know
yeah,
what the hell to do,
scrolls.
to be honest.
Okay, in that goes.
Can I throw something?
I threw a water skin as a bonus.
Yeah, depending on what it is. What would you throw?
Or for a scroll
Yeah.
towards Scorn? Will he
Yeah,
catch it
yeah.
straight away? Will that be a thing?
Straight
We'll-
through the
we'll
elemental.
see
I
his
was gonna say I'm
rolls.
quite far away.
Okay, yeah, no,
You
I'm
can get it over it.
Don't do it to me.
I'm definitely not gonna.
Don't do it to me.
Yeah, he's got a roll to catch that. Let's not
Brilliant,
waste it.
Yeah. Getting friendly
I'm gonna
fire.
say-
I'm getting caught in the crossfire here.
Okay, I used 5, 10. How much movement do I have? 40.
I don't know, what character?
30.
30?
35.
I would have thought.
30, you got 30.
30, so I've used 10. I'll take the scroll out my pocket and I'm going to say, Priya, take this! And then step 1, 2 towards her, which is another 10.
Yeah.
And. But actually, I'm just going to step the whole way and just give it to her.
Nice, okay. Okay, so Priya grabs that.
And then I've got
And
5
she-
more movements, I'll take
What
5 back.
scroll have you given her?
Create or destroy water.
Nice. Okay. Okay.
I've been doing research while I was waiting for my turn. Doesn't work like that.
Does it not?
No.
That meta, what was it saying?
It's got to be an open
Body of
water
water.
container of water, yeah. Whereas these are actual creatures, so you can't.
Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing because
Good,
I've got that as a spell.
Yeah, that would be a real easy hack to get rid of these guys, isn't
Head.
it? Right, okay, so Priya's got a scroll, which Meta Arison has told us is not so useful in this situation.
Damn it, hey, it's homebrew. So you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, it kills everything.
Yeah, now we're talking. Sign me up.
Okay, Saber, if that's your go, end it, Daddy-O. And that's Priya. And she makes a look at the this body of water, and she kind of shouts over to Gorn like, "How do we kill this thing?" What a fucking
Apparently not the fucking scroll I just given you.
Oh, who told you that? Meta Arison.
Oh, win.
Okay, first one to hit. Ah, so close to 30. So, pulls out that hammer and she just swings it towards the water elemental, and it kind of like crashes into it. Obviously, where it's quite a blunt object, it crashes in, it splashes out a lot of water, and she travels all the way through it and back out the other end with a bit of water leaving
Sorry,
on
I
the way
just
out.
looked at her thing. Her rune-forged hammer is a 1d20 plus 3 plus 3.
That's the hit.
That's the hit.
She gets
Was
plus,
that not the attack?
plus 6 to
No,
hit.
1d8 plus 3 is
1d8
hit.
plus 3 is
I
the
thought the
hit.
22 above was 2 attack.
No, they're both
So
two attacks.
She gets 2 attacks per turn. That's why.
Yeah, she got double attack. I just didn't click it twice. There was no need. The second one missed.
Oh, right.
Okay, that's Priya's go. She hits the water elemental, but as that is blunt force damage, it only takes half, as this is resistant to that.
Magic damage.
And Gorny boys.
Yeah, so I'm going to. Surprising absolutely nobody. Wait, what?
Is this the Eldritch Blast?
I think he might do something different here.
Over here. I reckon he's going to mix it up.
Yeah, I think he might.
I'm going to fireball it.
What? Sorry?
I'm going to fireball it. So it hits.
Right, so we're all dead, great.
No. So it hits the water elemental and the guy on the rock.
You're going to like shoot the rock.
Mosh.
Shoot
So
the
yeah,
rock,
so it's going to
like some
all around it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to fireball.
So
I feel like fire with the water. It did some damage when it like touched the sand. Fire with sand, doesn't that make it glass? So I'm hoping that something a bit different might happen.
Jesus!
It's 26 damage.
Nice.
And I need to
That's
succeed
some
the
bad
DC
rolls,
15 dexterity.
Oh, nice.
So what is it? This is actually a spell of yours now.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, say again, mate.
Yeah.
That is
DC 15, or they take 26 damage. It gets halved on a save.
Dex 15.
Need to add that to the deck.
What would that do to his sand shield?
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Oh, that's a fail.
Oh, that's a
Fail
fail
there.
from that bitch.
Cool. Okay. Right, that's a fail, and that hits the water elemental. That also hits so that fireball. You've aimed it at kind of like the sand barrier, so that's hit the sand barrier, exploded.
Yeah.
That's hit the elemental, and that's blasted through 2 layers of sand.
Right. Has it done anything different to what we've seen before?
So you see that fire just completely engulf, and as you see that fire engulf all the sand, the water elemental, you notice that the water elemental, a lot of it just kind of starts to evaporate out,
Nice.
and that takes some big damage.
Oh.
You also notice in this kind of like sand, as the sand clears and the smoke clears, you can kind of see the Tabaxi kind of like patting himself down. You can see his like eyebrows are seen.
Oh shit!
As he's also taken some quite big damage from that.
Nice.
So much fucking health.
I know.
And
Does he get any movement around my little spikes?
no, he stays where he is.
Didn't move.
I'm just on fire. Just on fire.
Didn't move an inch. Literally didn't move an inch.
Son of a-
More damage, please.
Yeah. Pretty please.
That's
DM.
that Gorn's go.
Yeah.
Show
Let me
me.
just.
Alright,
Clutch play
actually,
inbound. Clutch play
Actually, he's just
inbound.
gonna move slightly, just so he's got a bit more distance from the rest of the group.
This camel
The camel, the fucking camel.
feeling like Rocky Balboa dodging all these strikes. He's finally got his teeth in the right place. He's gonna do an amazing bite attack. Hit for a natural 20.
Is there a sword still on the?
He's so shit.
What is it?
13?
I doesn't hit. He misses again.
He's done fuck all this.
Camel doesn't come in clutch.
Realising that he's...
You got rid of the good camel.
Realising he's not doing much, he just gets fed up and he's just going to start walking off.
Okay, right, stay there because
He's gonna get an opportunity attack now.
He's a camel. Do you think he cares?
Okay.
Oh my lord,
So-
have mercy.
Let's give it a go.
I'm strong.
This camel. Oh no.
I don't care, I've got all this hydration.
Oh.
He
I
deserved
think you
it!
might have killed him.
Thirsty.
What? He's not going to
We'll
die.
see.
I can't see its health bar.
So-
It's half past one.
So as it turns and it starts to walk off, the sword just sees an opportunity to attack, if you will, and it just lashes out and slashes the camel all across the back, and that causes it to gallop and run.
And it is
And
dashing.
My
He's
water.
out of here. I'm still not thirsty.
Well, you lost pack tactics. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take be gone. Right. You're going now that Allison's camel is out.
Wolfie's going to attack. What is it? Plus 15 to hit.
That's a hit.
Nice. Get rid of this fucking thing.
8 damage.
8 damage,
Yeah.
and as you get hold of it, and again, like the last one, like a dog with a chew toy, just like throwing it around, and you see the sword just clatter to the floor. He dead.
Nice. So then he's going to, realising the threat is gone over there, he's going to push up close to the elemental. What's his movement speed, this wonderful fella?
Isn't it? 40? 50.
So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Okay, he's in.
End his turn.
Okay, so water elemental. Again, you notice
Oh fuck.
the sand, kind of like, you notice the sand absorbing a little bit of the water in its base, and it takes a little bit more damage.
I'm scared about how much health this thing has.
Why did it take damage just then?
As
The hot sand.
it's there, the hot sand is just absorbing the moisture from this thing.
That's why I thought about
heat.
fire. Yeah.
I can't see that thing's health bar. Can you?
No, I can't. I don't think I'm meant to.
As a wolf, would I
No,
notice that?
I can't see its health
Can I
bar.
amend that? I can amend.
I also can't see his health bar.
I can amend.
I thought that was by design. to be
Would
fair.
Wolfie Harrison notice that? The kind of like the sizzling.
Roll me a
from
wolf
the-
perception.
Can have that
That's amazing.
15. Plus perception, which is going to be huge.
Yeah, surely a wolf.
21.
Yeah, so it would have noticed. It would have noticed that the water was kind of almost getting absorbed by the sand.
Oh my God.
Okay, in that case,
Hmm?
Have you seen the amount of health?
has
it's
the
got?
elemental moved?
Maybe we need to get rid of
It
that
is
body
pivoted
rather.
round
Oh,
to you.
don't worry actually, because I wouldn't have noticed till it was his
Have you
turn
got
anyway,
any
because it did
fires?
damage on his turn, didn't it?
On his turn just now, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Okay,
Because
so
it's
not
the
very-
water elemental's here, and it sees Arison in direwolf form, and that is going for a slammy. And you see that again, it pulls its arms
Dodge
into
down
itself,
the water.
and that kind of brings them rocking down on you, and that's a hit.
What's your AC as a wolf?
14.
Oh, AC.
Bang
That's
on.
bad luck.
Oh.
Oi! And that hits you hard, and you hear a yelp come out of
Oh.
Arison's wolf form, and as it kind of hits you before it hits you again, like before you even realise it, it's got another big double clubbed arms coming out of itself, coming out of the top, and it's
You're
bringing them
tanking
down
the
on you
danger.
again. And let's see if this hits also.
Oh,
Zoinks!
rolled over the 2. Rolled over the 2. Shit.
That's a big double hitter. And it hits you, so before you even get a chance to get back to your feet, it boom, it barrel hits you again with a second. And Wolfie Boy's in trouble. As that water hits you, you see it kind of like, you're kind of like drenched, your fur's kind of like drenched now. And what you say? Oh, what is this?
Concentration, make sure I've still got spike growth.
Oh, no, it's okay. As that water hits you, you see you're kind of like saturated in this water now. You're a wet dog. You're a
I'm a
dog.
wet dog.
What's Saber's saying? Saber's go.
She my god. Saber's going to turn. Is the sand barrier still gone from the guy
Sand
out
barrier
there?
is back up now.
It's back up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, knowing
How
knowing
meant to
he's
get
turned
the
around
sand
and
barrier
look,
down?
Saber thinks that the bigger threat is obviously this thing after seeing Harrison get pummeled hard twice. And I am going to 2 spell slots left, boys.
Fucking great, mate.
I'm gonna move around. Oh, hang on. Where am I going here? That's because I'm pressing the wrong key. Where was I? Here.
Yeah, look.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and so that's 1, 2. There.
Right, you're in Thorns, so we're going to need you to roll
Oh.
a. What does he need to roll, Joe?
A 2d4. As soon as you touch-
2d4, roll
yeah.
2d4, Daddy-O.
Oh shit.
D4.
2d4, was it? Yeah. Yeah.
4.
Total of 4, yeah?
Damage,
Okay, so that's for damage. I'll add that. Carry on
God
doing what
damn
you're
it.
doing.
And I'm enough away to cast Burning Hands on the fire element, on the water elemental. So Bosch. Obviously the cones. You can see what I mean by that. Obviously, if that was there.
Yeah, go and show it. I can't see it here. Just place
We,
it down.
we had trouble with it last time with the angle,
So-
didn't we?
Yeah, we couldn't rotate the angle. Yeah, I get. Yeah, that would hit that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'll delete that. Go on, tell me. Just
I can
roll
see
your
that.
stuff.
I have, so it's a DC dexterity of 15 for you, and I'll roll the damage.
Maybe this
Dog
is-
water.
Oh mate, 2 1s. That's peak.
Wait, I can't delete your. Oh, I can now. There we go.
That's annoying.
So what did you do? What did you just do?
Burning Hands, 7 damage, and
Which?
you've got a
Okay.
dexterity
7 damage.
save.
That's not good. Okay, dex. That saves half, does it?
Yeah.
If it does, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
and it does not.
Full damage.
Okay, so that takes what 7 damage, yeah.
Yeah.
So how does this look hitting this element? Because the elemental's like facing away from you.
Don't know, just flamethrower style.
Is it out the
At
start?
the start.
It's always at the start.
Always at the start. Okay, so you kind of like, as you step into range where you're not going to hit anyone else, you just like, you kind of forget yourself and you hit stand onto the thorns. You're like, ah, damn it! And then you like wildly blow this this burning hands out, and a lot of it misses, but a fair chunk hits. And 7 damage. You see the water kind of like evaporate where you're hitting. And what are you doing next?
I'm gonna call that another turn.
Nice. Okay. Okay. 3 is go. And she is, she's not got a great amount that she can do here other than just smacking a big water boy with a hammer. So that is what she's going to do. And she's rolling attack for first attack. 12 is a hit. And second attack. That's not a hit.
Oof.
Damage for first. Okay, so she swings this attack. She swings that hammer at the water again, and it just, again, hits into the water, all the way through and back out. A little bit of water splashes out, but you can see it's not really that affected by it. And that is half damage. Okay, who next? Gorny.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the shield that he's using, is it something he's kind of like casting and concentrating on, or is it just like...
You would assume so.
Okay. I don't think I can use what I was going to potentially use. I don't think it would work. I was debating whether I could use counter spell, but I think because it's already active, I don't think it's something that I can do. Because I think it's when I see it when I casted for the first time. I'm not sure.
Go for the fucking guy.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to hit the thing again this time though, because you're standing in the middle.
Don't forget he's elevated.
Pardon?
He's like up.
Oh no, I mean I can't do the same thing that I did last time.
Oh right.
Well, you wouldn't be able to anyway, would you?
Yeah, you
Well,
get
got
2
enough
spell
stuff.
slots.
Yeah,
You
I've
can
got
do it
2.
twice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because it's just 2
Yeah,
regular.
everyone swarmed it now.
Yeah,
Literally every angle.
yeah.
What's the play, Daddy?
I'm going
So you
to.
just cast it on him.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need to because I think otherwise, I think it's going to be a bit dodgy. Right, adjust my angle. So yeah, I'm going to do another fireball on him again.
Alright, show me where that's landing.
There, so it doesn't hit Saber. It's like right on the cusp.
Oh yes, very, very close. Okay, so roll it.
Big damage.
Come on, bigger. Ooh.
31!
No saves.
That's both of my things used now though.
Boinkers, boinkers. Okay, so
He's burning through
you,
the Ashtar and debt
can
now.
you, see
though.
his, can you see his health bar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, you can.
can.
Okay, so
I'm
you
not
see
facing
that sand storm drop,
Yeah.
and you see you see as that drops from that fire and that ash, you see this fireball has hit the Tabaxi spellcaster as well, and you can see all of his robes all ablaze. Again, more of his hair is like sizzling down to embers, and he almost looks as if it's not like hurting him, but you can see obviously it's almost like his anger is overtaking his pain as he takes some big damage, and you see some of his, like one of his sleeves is kind of like fallen off of him, as it's like burning away his clothes, but he's still there levitating above this stuff, and the
it's not knocked him down, fuck's sake.
yeah, he's still
Oh, he's levitating
up high.
again now.
Cool. Is that your go?
God damn, yeah, I've ended my
Okay,
turn.
Harrison's turn.
He's going for that bite.
I don't like that.
Been that close. Pack tactics because of Priya.
Almost.
You're not within 5 foot of Priya.
No, Priya has to be 5 foot of the.
Of the enemy.
The
Okay,
enemy.
I get you.
That matters, mate.
Is that how it works?
There we go,
I thought
yeah.
it was, okay.
What's the number?
13.
13. That's your attack.
No, that is to hit.
We didn't get along with
Attack to hit. Yeah. What is it? Total 13.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Spell size, mate.
So as that
Legends are.
wolf goes to
You
clench
got
its jaws down on the water just kind of like changes its form and kind of like leaves a gap for the jaws just to snap at nothing, and then it kind of pulls away.
That was a satisfying clap.
That was a good one.
Okay, that's your go, end it.
Uh-oh.
Oh fuck. That's not good, fellas.
You got another wild shot.
Zoinks! I don't know if he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, short rest.
You've
Oh,
still
short
got
rest,
the
that's
water
right.
skin, haven't you? But then he created the elemental.
Okay, so this water elemental again. You see the sand take
Or I don't know if
its effect on him,
I thought it
and
was
he
gonna
loses a
fuck the shit
little
out of
more health.
put it out towards the water and it might just suck it up and return it.
And you see him again take those large hands bursting through its own head and slam them down on our boy Harrison in direwolf form.
Just clarify, I could go through all my hit points there because I'm a squishy boy in my other form.
Oh!
This is troublesome.
Harrison could die in this one hit.
This is troublesome.
No, how much?
Could.
Woohoo! Okay,
19
so
doubled.
it brings a big smack down,
38.
slams that on you.
I
So
genuinely
you
think I'm
took
dead
9,
in my normal form.
and
I've got 31 hit
we
points
need,
in my
so
normal
you
form.
lose form. You lose form.
Yeah.
So you got 9. That was
9.
out of 10. So you need another 10. I've got to change you out of this.
No,
form.
now I need.
It's doubled.
It's
it's
doubled.
critical.
So I still
Yeah,
need to
no,
take
no, that was a critical hit.
27.
That's 19. That was 19 double. The 19 was the double.
Oh!
The attack roll was
okay,
shit. It
that's
doesn't add up.
fine.
Oh, fuck me! Jesus. I mean, you might have another attack incoming.
Oh,
And then
I
you
do shout
take
outs.
it.
Oh yes, that's true.
You take 10 from that.
Yeah.
That leaves you with.
Squishy boy about to die.
It's not looking
So
good
that
for me.
hits you hard there.
No, he looks feeble, and the water element was like, I'll go after someone else, right?
As that hits you, you're saturated, and you notice. Well, I don't know. Do you notice?
I noticed.
Perception.
No, I noticed. No, you carry on.
Roll your perception.
Oh no!
Come on, Joe.
17.
Okay.
I noticed.
So you notice.
Joe makes the decision. Oh, I noticed, mate.
You notice that as you're like in a saturated form, you notice like that cut, which both you and Priya both received from those swords when they were giving a certain shape to the cut. The water is all seeming to like drawing into that cut. The water's all getting sucked up into the cut. And as you notice that, you look over at Priya and you notice the same with her. And you notice that water is all seeping into that cut, and there's kind of like a very, very faint pale blue glow to those semicircle cuts on us now. And
Oh, didn't Priya's get healed up?
Yeah,
it's started to get mended up. Look, she got slashed all the way up. And
Oh,
then
okay,
it started
sorry,
mending on its
fine.
way up.
Okay.
So
Okay.
as that's going on, the Tabaxi kind of shouts over to you. Says, "If I wanted you dead by now, you'd all be dead. How are dead men going to lead us to the bastard? I'll see you again. And as he does that, he kind of like points his hand towards the floor of the rock, and you see glowing light emanate from it, and he just drops from a levitating state into the rock, and then you see the light close up, go,
What the fuck?
and he gone. And with that,
You're almost dead,
the
wasn't
water elemental
He's on a third.
also just disperses and evaporates
Fucking
up into
hell.
the sky. And that is the end of combat, my boys. Because everything's dead or gone.
Fucking
I'm glad
hell.
Harrison didn't get double clapped by that fucking thing.
Oh yeah, I thought you
Game
might have
over.
been dead there, mate. That
he?
might be,
Saber, the way
that
Saber's
might be a good
facing,
moment for me to put my food on quickly, if that's
Take
okay.
just a minute,
Yeah.
right?
the way Saber's facing, did he notice either Arison or Priya have that happen to them?
Is it still there?
Who?
Yeah.
Saber?
Yeah.
Saber would not notice that, no. Saber would not notice that. Only Harrison would have noticed that.
Is it still glowing? Oh well, I wouldn't. I don't know. Fucking hell.
Combat over.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
Walk over to Arison and say, "You're looking pretty worse for wear. Are you okay?"
That water is painful.
What do you mean?
Well, it fucking hurts
Oh,
getting
right.
hit by water.
Oh.
Priya's kind of like holding her wound, the cut, the scar, I suppose you call it now, that semicircular cut from the sword. And she's like, "Is everyone okay?"
I mean, I'm good, just pretty exhausted. Are you good? What's that?
She's like, "Oh yeah, that sword's got me."
Is it noticeably glowing?
Her hands covering it, so you wouldn't notice that yet.
I'm gonna kind of. Where was my injury? Where did I get stabbed
It
up?
was like in your chest almost,
Yeah.
in and around
So
here.
I
Yeah.
just feel it. What does it feel like? Does it feel like a magical injury or just a normal wound?
Give me an arcana check.
Oh no. It's gonna be okay. 15.
15. It feels different to a regular wound. There's almost like an aura around it. And as you look down, you notice that faint, pale blue glow.
Okay, I'm just gonna be like, Saber, I feel like this is more your expertise. I don't think this is a usual wound.
What is it? Let me have a look.
And just show him.
Give me an arcana check.
Is it so that they can track you now?
With that, Priya's going to be looking at her. Where the camels gone?
I don't know. I think
And she looks into the distance. There's no camels to be seen. They've been running.
22 total.
22.
Oh,
So
nice.
you would notice. You would look into that, and Saber would confirm with Gorn. Yep, that looks like some sort of tracking curse.
So the wound's not really dying up, but it seems like the magic within it means that he's going to know where we are at all times.
Is there any way to get rid of that?
finding a cleric or someone that can remove curses, I guess.
What, it's a curse? I'm cursed?
I don't think it's in that manner, just... It's the type of magic used.
Okay.
Well,
So Priya's kind of like looking around and she's like, well, what now?
We'll carry on to the Dark Shard, I guess. We need to find Bartingus and hopefully the camels.
I don't know about anyone else, but I seriously need to take some time to recover before we go on.
Priya
I
like
think that
looks at
stands
you
for
like
all of us,
and
but-
nods like, yeah, I think we need to maybe set up a camp somewhere if we can and get our heads down. It's gonna get really cold really quick.
Can we make like a makeshift camp against this rock?
I would say possibly. We'll see what.
Like looking around, are there like any other kind of like cliff faces or anything like that?
Literally just dunes for
Okay.
miles all around.
Maybe we find Bart, get the camels, and he might have an idea of how we can set up
Yeah.
shop.
Because do it like, I mean, I know this is backtracking, but what we have on the camels, do we have anything for like tents or like any supplies or? We would have
no.
some stuff, no?
No, it was
Okay.
it was not intended for an overnight.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, okay, we just head over to try and
taking
find
it.
Bart then.
I'm taking it that good news from Krez's behalf, seeing as he wanted us to take him to him. Maybe
Means
They
he's
haven't
not
found
dead
him
at
yet.
least.
It depends,
That's
because
true.
Gut wasn't there, so potentially they split up. Gut stayed in
Yes.
Renvalen. The wizard followed us.
Sounds about right, but
he's not out of.
Potentially.
I mean, if they're asking where to find him, it means he's still alive at least.
Yes.
So it's always good.
So, Bart!
You kind of see
Bart!
just over the dunes, like, is it over?
Yes,
done?
get over here.
Oh,
Have you got your camel?
yes. You've got. Why have you not?
Where are the other two?
What? They're with you.
Well, they were in the fight.
How did they do?
Not well.
One of them was
One of
very
them was okay.
strong.
They were strong.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my camel. I thought you were responsible for yours, but.
Do I know, like,
You-
based on the noises of what the camels have made, can I like thaumaturgy, like the noise, to try and like call them back?
You could give it a go.
Okay.
Give it a go.
So I'll like do that.
Give me a.
Do I see him
D20 roll.
practicing a camel noise?
You see him about to do it. Give me a D20.
A D20. That's an 11. A flat
Okay.
11.
Okay. So you make a camel-esque noise, and it just kind of like rolls over the dunes.
Yeah.
You see no motion.
Oh, good.
Like you see the camel which Bart is holding, kind of like you see his prick up and look over towards you,
Oh, okay.
and then it kind of like pulls Bart over towards you, over the dune. Like the camel's coming over to you now.
Hey, you
So it
speak
worked.
camel.
Well, apparently.
That's impressive.
Do you want to see whether it knows where its friends run off to?
Priya's like, what did he say in camel?
What did he say in camel?
What did he say in camel?
No, that's what I'm saying to the DM right now. What did he say in camel? Because I don't actually speak camel. I'm a
You
human.
do. You do.
No,
Shout it.
Harrison does.
Yeah.
Well, what did
I'm
he
talking
say?
to Harrison right now.
Oh,
What
yeah.
did he say?
So he said, "Oi, dickhead!"
When did they come back?
I'm just like, oh, I thought I said come here.
Okay, so yeah, Bart thinks to come over the camel, and he's like, well, these camels are strong, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold all 5 of us.
How long will the rest of the journey take on foot?
Oh, this is going to be. Well, on camel we had about an hour left, so this is going to be a 5-hour trek at least.
Oh shit.
We're gonna need
Without
to
a camel?
Without a camel, yeah,
With a camel?
an hour.
Have you still got your spells? Or do
No.
we have in a large scroll?
Well, I don't know who caught it.
Didn't someone have it in a large scroll?
I'm pretty exhausted to
I don't,
try and do anything else,
I
I'm
don't
afraid.
think
How many camels do we need? We need 2
Priya
extra.
caught it, didn't she?
No, that was the creating dispel water, wasn't it?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, I thought
I
that
thought,
was.
I thought we did have it in a large one.
I
Is
think
there
I
anything
might.
you can shout in camel?
I don't think it will make it big enough for what you're intending, though. I do have the enlarge.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
So
don't.
what
I don't,
if I change into a camel and you just make me much bigger and then see how I get on?
it's-
I don't want to choose any other animal because they're built for these parts.
Priya's like, hang on, why would we need to do that? We've got.
Well, no
You'd
one's
be a
getting on with
camel.
Bart. No offence, Bart.
Oh.
Bart,
That's fair. That's fair.
Bart Bulky needs to get the steps in.
Bart's
He's
like,
already
are you-
training on the
are you
diet.
referencing my diet?
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well,
you need to get
yeah.
the steps in.
I think it's a step, but I don't want to slow the team down.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I've got my step count for today.
Oh,
That's
okay.
sorted, you know?
How many were you aiming
What,
for
10?
today?
Lost count. Lost count.
Oh,
But a lot. There's a lot.
okay.
When you were asleep, I was doing a lot of walking alongside the
I
camel.
don't sleep that much, but okay.
just humbles him into it. Made like the face that like the Shrek meme.
Should,
Yeah.
should we give it a try?
So Priya, whilst everyone's chatting,
You
she's
guys
heading
can
up
rest
against this
on
rock.
my back.
Resting up against the rock. She's kind of shouts over like, Harrison, you're going to need a rest as well.
Well, I can walk for at least an hour, and then hopefully when we're there, we get some sort of rest. But if we rest here,
I
now
think
we
it's
might.
more beneficial if we rest now, no?
It's up to you.
I think we get any closer to...
You guys
The
can
next
rest
goal.
and move.
I think it's going to be more dangerous for us.
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, if we're going towards the Dark Shard, it's unlikely to be safer than
Yeah.
here.
Alright, let's rest here.
Okay. So, kind of just.
But you got any supplies?
I
in
get
that bag
the
of
edge
yours?
of my staff
Mhm.
and like prop that up, like so, like the cloaks and whatever will like, act as a bit of a shield.
Nice. Okay.
So you put a cloak over the top.
But
Yeah, I get our cloaks and
How
like
big is
package
your
my
the
staff?
satchel of the.
I don't know,
of
like,
the,
probably like 4
Opens
foot,
up his
something like
satchel and he's like that. Oh yes, I have a few.
Snacks.
Something wrong.
Oh, sorry. I have some fabrics here.
Insight check.
So he's opening up the fabric. He's pulling out the fabrics, and you can see him again checking underneath. He's like,
Simon knows exactly what's going on.
yeah, no insight check needed. He was the perpetrator in it. And he's like, oh yes, yes my boy, yes, I've got some fabrics. He kind of like hands over a couple of blankets, is all it was, just a couple of blankets. He said, I recommend maybe draping one of these over the rock and if you've got anything that can...
Can I get the blankets and just try mending them together? I don't know if it works like that.
No, that wouldn't work.
It's more like
that.
repairing
It's a
something,
broken
isn't it, I
thing.
think?
Yeah. Okay, so he hands over. Who wants the blankets?
I've got a spear as well that I can top up. So yeah,
I'll
I'll
standing there like a lemon holding two
I'll
blankets
grab
out.
them and I'm starting to like put them over.
Are you okay? You seem a little bit...
So does anyone want these blankets? Or?
I've grabbed.
Go on, take
Oh,
them.
you grabbed them, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you grabbed them both?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
and
you're
then I've
fixing
like
it up.
sheeted it over.
And he says, did anyone see anything fall out of my bag when I was in front of you earlier?
Like what?
Oh, just like wrappings and
Wrapped in what?
packages.
Packages, what's in them?
Oh, I can't even remember really. I think maybe it might
What?
have been my coin purse.
I'm just gonna get out the one that's over game and go, I don't know. No, what
He's
do you
like-
mean?
Must have been the wind. Okay, so we're setting up camp underneath this rock.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we're in it, the sun is starting to die down, and as Priya says, in this place it gets cold and it gets cold quick. So as this sun is starting to go down, we are we're noticing that, we're feeling, everyone other than Saber is feeling that cold very fast, and where we're exhausted and injured, we're feeling it more than most. So how does this structure look that you've made from this rock?
It's kind of like a very like shallow but like covered like tent, like almost like, so like I guess he's got the edge of the like rock.
Mhm.
So he's got like edge of rock in front, and he's got like a staff and a spear, like almost in like a triangle.
Nice.
So it's like kind of like
So you've got a little
a little cove basically. So it's all covered,
Okay. Right.
keeps sand out but warmth in.
And
Kind of done best out of a bad situation. isn't
you
it?
see Priya kind of like digging out a little pit in the middle.
Yeah.
To be like, we might need a fire in these in the night here.
I'm gonna quickly dip out and go and grab the hilts of the swords.
Nice. Okay.
And then bring those back, throw 'em in there, and then do druid craft to light up
Nice.
a small campfire.
Okay. So are we all around it?
Well,
So Arison went and
Arison.
grabbed the things and came back round. So we're all around it now, and we've lit a campfire. Bartingus is kind of sitting out in front. He says, I run quite hot. I'll come in a little bit later. He's kind of sitting out in front, but you can hear him walking around. He's looking for things that he feels have been dropped and foraged by Arison. And we're all sat around there, and Priya kind of says to, who has the camp corner right now?
Oh.
I think I do.
So she kind of looks at Gorn and says, is it too late to not just camp our way back to Renvale and camp coin our way back?
I think Torrington warned us against using that here.
Well,
Wild magic and all that.
oh, yes.
I'm thinking that could take us anywhere, granted the the use of magic in this continent, no?
It might even just blow up. cause a massive detonation or kill us all on the spot, vaporise us. We don't know what could happen if we used it.
So Priya kind of like kicks herself back, and she's used the hammer as
The classic,
the pillow again,
the metal,
and
metal pillow.
and she kind of kicks back. And as she kicks back, she says, "Well, let's just hope we don't end up in a situation desperate enough to need to do that." Kind of sits back and just rests her eyes and goes into a long rest.
Very cheerful, very cheerful.
So she's long resting. What are you boys doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. He's feeling knackered, all tuckered out.
Mm-hmm.
All
I think
tuckered out.
Saves
I've
will
got
press up
nothing
against the
left.
rock, curl up in the sand, dig himself in.
Like a shrew.
Yeah.
Saber is going to climb the rock
Mm-hmm.
and go into sentry mode, facing the dunes, taking in anything that happens whilst.
That's a security camera.
Nice. Yeah.
The security camera that can't wake up.
Yep, I saw them come and go and kill everyone.
Luckily, I wasn't in the tent, so I didn't die.
So you're up here, Cordy. Spin yourself around to where where you would be looking. You're looking over there.
Facing. We came from the
Top left.
top left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna look like that way over the boys.
Oh,
to that way.
cool. Okay. So, and what is everyone else doing? Priya's long rest. Gorn long rest.
Gorn's having a nap.
Gone. So long rest, but
Gone.
it is trance state. I
Nice.
think.
And Saber is overlooking. Okie dokie. And that is where we're going to end the session today, fellas. And we're going to have to roll our debts.
Oh fuck.
So, get those debt numbers out and let's get rolling.
Oh god, yeah. I've got a high debt now.
Oh, you don't even know what high debt is.
No, I don't. Not in comparison.
Corley's is going to be big now. Right, so
He's looking.
it's going to be
not
Harrison
happy.
first. No, sorry, it's going to be Gorn first. We'll go lowest first. What's your number?
16.
Oh, I'm sweet. 93.
93. Right, remember, big one first, Corley.
He's
You're
on
next.
20.
No, sorry, not you next week. Harrison's next.
16.
So you're on 16. Okay, big one first. You're good.
You got 90
Clear.
as well.
Corley, big one first, and you're 20 or 21?
He's 20. Bang on.
Big one first, remember?
That's it.
We got 10.
can't
He's
beat
got
it.
that. He's got that.
There's no
No,
way to beat
no,
it.
no. No,
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 you
you got that.
No,
You got that.
9, and it's a fail, and then 0, it's a fail.
What are we picking, sir? What are we picking? Point your card.
Oh no. Fucking hell.
Don't try and read them.
I'm not trying to read them. I'm weighing them up. Which one's calling to me? That one.
Oh, not that one.
Right, write your name, Saber, on there, please.
Oh fucking
Let's go do a big fancy yes.
Right, so we've got another
For
debt.
shit.
We've got another debt. Oh, what's
God.
it gonna be?
God damn. Do you get to read? Does he get to read it now?
No. It's random, isn't it?
Oh, Lord.
Heavens no. Right, pass that back. Oh, is it your right saying?
No, he said a big old S.
That's what I said.
Nice one. Cool. We've got another debt. And with that, fellows, thank you for joining me for another wonderful session. And I'll see you next time.
DiceBound.
It's DiceBound.
DiceBoundUK.
Oh, DiceBound UK.